Smokey. What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Am I live? Can you hear me? I'm doing a totally different setup today. Welcome everybody to another rendition of Delete Lawz. Sorry if you can't see me very well. I have lighting all across, up and down this wall right here. What I'm going to do today is, as we watch some videos, I'm going to show you the case law that applies to that particular case. Give me a 5x5. You guys can hear me okay? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me okay. And can you do me a favor? Can you put in the chat for me OTVO, which stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio? I see Oath Fakers in the chat. What is going on, Playboy? I see Ardle, Gloria, Joel Jeffus. What's going on, Joel? Stoffel, what's up? Sally Stanley is in the chat. What is going on? Okay, cool. So now I got a picture over here. I can kind of see what you guys can see. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the case law today. I'm going to teach you the case law of the reason why you have to go to jail when the cops arrest you for 2 days, 48 hours. And sometimes even longer, depending on if you can see a judge or someone who can give you what's called a probable cause hearing. I'm going to give you the case law. That's why, even though this is going to be a little bit of a struggle for me because I don't have two monitors now, I just have this one monitor. Oklahoma Cop Watch is in the chat. What is going on? TNC is here. Steve Conkler, Captain Team DLZ. What's going on, Playboy? What's the matter, you? What's going on? All right, so we're going to get into the video, and then I'm going to give you the case law. Steve is here. Holy smokes, man. We are just getting a huge room. Did you guys double tap on the screen? Did you hit the like button? Hit the like button. I'm going to teach you the case law for this video right here. Let's watch a little bit of it. See, now the thing is now I don't know how to shrink myself down here. There it is. Okay. I don't know how to make my square small. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I'll shrink myself down so that you guys can see the video better. There we go. Okay. Forgive me because I just want to make sure. So we don't need all of this, but I guess I can go back a little bit to give you guys a little context so you know what you're looking at. Let me go back a little bit here. So this guy, I guess, he's in Hooters.
Get him out of here.
He's such an embarrassment.
You can't say that.
No, I can't.
You're a problem. Definitely don't recommend you drive here. Alright.
I'm not. Brito, I'm not talking to him.
Can you grab his credit card for him?
I got it.
No,
I'm not. I'm not.
Don't cause a breach. You're going to go to jail instead.
I'm not doing anything, man. I'm
gonna stop talking to him.
I'm not talking to him anymore.
Alright.
I'm not. Brito, I'm not talking to him.
Alright.
I just had to let him know that he's...
Okay, and I'm letting you know now, if you keep causing a breach, you're going to go to jail. Causing a scene.
No, we're not causing a scene. We're good.
Alright then, pay your tab.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah, do all that in the car when you're away from here. Definitely don't recommend you drive here.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why? I've had two whiskeys. Do you want me to do a breathalyzer?
No, you're good. I'm not here for that.
All right. Look how proud he looks.
It doesn't matter. You're getting out of here.
He's such an embarrassment.
You can't say that.
No, I can't.
You're a problem.
Don't forget your charger. Hello.
Yes.
I'm on it, one second.
Sweet.
Oh, man.
All right. Service ID?
You know what the crazy thing is we were cool when I came in. He knew it was me, so I don't know what happened. Like his panties must have like crawled way up his ass. I don't know.
Doesn't matter what happened. He just wants you trespassed, and you will be trespassed. Okay. The manager of the business.
He's a manager. He's
As a business manager, he doesn't need a.
He's not the owner.
I'm not going to argue with you. He doesn't need a reason to trespass.
No.
And he's getting trespassed from a Hooters. He's I don't know how you get trespassed from Hooters, but he gets trespassed from Hooters.
Me too. Weren't we good?
Let's go over fire car real quick.
What, 10-15? Your car or my car? No?
Whichever one's drier.
Here, just come up here.
Yeah, whatever. Serve me the trespass. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that for? What is that for? Yo, okay. What is this for? Tell me what it's for.
Explain to
I'll
you
tell
once
you in
you
a
comply.
What the fuck is this? Are you shit?
We'll explain everything now.
It's because I'm black.
It's because you're black. I told you. No,
Definitely.
I'm black. You a nigga. I told your ass. You don't listen.
I should straighten up.
I told you.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Do you have gloves on you?
Have what?
Careful. Cash has to come with you, okay?
Whatever.
Right, I can give the wallet to him,
Yeah.
but the cash has to go with you, okay?
Babe's not gonna be able to go with you as well.
Well, let me hit it real quick then.
No.
What?
You can't do that, sorry.
That's what I'm doing.
No, just because you're opposed to him doesn't mean shit.
You can't use it, sorry.
Okay.
Well, you gotta tell me real quick what I'm getting arrested for.
You explain to you, she's the one that...
No, before I get in the car.
20, 50, plus your check. Okay.
You explain. Okay. We're not gonna arrest you for no reason.
Well, obviously there's no reason. There is.
I mean, that's the thing. When you get arrested, don't you often wonder how you're going to get out of jail? Who's going to get me out of this dungeon that I am in? How am I going to get out of here?
What do you have?
That's what my dispatchers tell me.
I know he's going, like, he does have a case right now. I mean, he has been going to court and everything.
I'm going to double check everything before we
We
leave
have
or
to
anything.
confirm it either way.
Yeah, has to be confirmed. So we're not going to go anywhere just in case, you know, it could be mixed up in the paperwork, could be a lot of things. However,
So remember that right there. It could be a mess up in the paperwork. It's a really important part of what I'm going to teach you in case law when this video is over.
we just, this is just
And, like, please, like, because I know y'all job in there. He does, no,
this is just
and, like, please, like, because I know y'all job in there. He does, like, he only had a couple of drinks, but he does turn into a dickhead. Please do not hold anything. Like,
None of that's gonna be held against him. Like I said, like she explained to you, the main reason he's arrested right now is because we ran his driver's license, and whatever's connected to his driver's license, somehow, some reason, a warrant came through.
Is it like Cape Coral, Fort Myers?
A warrant came through. So he was picked up and she said that there's a warrant came through.
We don't know. That's why she's gonna get in that car and confirm it before anything else. And once they yeah, go ahead. Once it confirms, if it's a confirm hit, we gotta take him to the jail. Okay?
All right, let me know. I'm gonna call Steve, our lawyer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hey, partner, Sergeant Lasapio, how are you?
Good.
Try to keep the rain off you,
Yeah,
alright?
no worries, no worries. There's never been a charge like this brought against me. I don't know what I'm getting detained for right now.
What do you under the understanding of a charge being a charge?
So apparently
There's
it's
a warrant for you?
an illegal possession of a firearm. I don't own any firearms. I've never been stopped with a firearm. I've never been caught with a firearm. I've never been served any sort of charge for a firearm.
Do you have any ID on you?
Yeah.
She gave it to you?
It's in my wallet. Oh
Okay.
shit. I gave my wallet to my friend for safekeeping, but he's still here. You have ID?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, please run this and find out what's
So we ran it. It's confirmed.
Yeah, but
So they ran the warrant and it's confirmed that he has a warrant for his arrest for a firearm charge. He put his head out the door and he said, I don't have any firearms charges, though. I've never had a firearm. I've never been suspected of having a firearm.
I need a date and time and specific and what kind of charges, because this
she'll
is all,
find that at the jail. So she'll do a secondary confirmation at the jail.
So I still have to be brought in because of some
Well,
stuff?
we're brought in to do the verification because they'll print you,
Yeah, fine.
right?
Yeah.
And that'll go a further confirmation process through the printing process to
Uh-huh.
make sure you are one and the same.
Okay.
Because we don't want to mess that up either.
Yeah.
And then once they confirm it there, then we'll go from there. If
Okay.
not, she'll bring you right back here.
Okay.
Or maybe not right back here because I don't know if they
'cause-
want you here. But
no, they trespass me.
Okay.
The manager here's a prick. My work truck is here. My employee is here waiting. He's gonna drive it back to my house.
Okay.
So don't bring me back here. But,
Gotcha.
Yeah, whatever the fuck is going on, it's something that I have not
So, she's bringing it to the county facility.
Okay.
They'll verify that it's a county. It's this county warrant. Yeah, to this county warrant, so they'll be able to verify it because they're not going to want you if you're the wrong person too.
Yeah.
So they're going to
It's
go.
pretty hard to get my name wrong.
Okay, it's a pretty unique last name then.
Yeah.
All right. You know of anybody else that would use your name or share your name?
No.
All right. So my commitment to you is we'll double verify it. If we double verify it, there's nothing we can
I
do.
have a business to run, employees that depend on me, man. Like I can't be locked up over the fucking weekend, dude.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's a warrant.
Oh no, dude. They don't care about you. They don't care that you have employees, a child, a dog, a wife, a girlfriend, a daughter, a mother. They don't care about you at all.
We're compelled by a judge to take action. It's not like we have flexibility.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. The 2001 case here. The 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista gives police absolute and total discretion if they're going to arrest you or not, absent exigent circumstances. Exigent circumstances are going to be defined here by the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States. In Carroll versus United States, the Supreme Court determined that exigent circumstances meant that there was going to be a loss of life, that this police had to seize contraband from you, fruit, or that they were in hot pursuit of you. They're not in hot pursuit of this man. Carroll versus United States lays out the fundamentals for what exigent circumstances are. If you take the exigent circumstances standards of there's going to be a loss of life if they don't arrest you and take you to jail, that's not true. And then you apply it here to the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, then that police officer does not have to arrest you. That police officer has absolute and total discretion over whether or not you will be arrested.
Yeah.
So they're going to
It's pretty hard to get my name wrong.
Okay. It's a pretty unique last name then?
Yeah.
All right. You know of anybody else that would use your name or share your name?
No.
All right. So my commitment to you is we'll double verify it. If we double verify it, there's nothing we can do.
I have a business to run, employees that depend on me, man.
Okay, so if the police say that they're going to double verify that you have a warrant, and if a warrant comes back in the system, that's going to go to the 1995 case of Arizona versus Evans. Here's the 1995 case of Arizona versus Evans. The 95 case of Arizona versus Evans says that if there's a warrant in the system and it's a mistake, you can still be arrested and the police officer will not be held liable for a wrongful arrest. And the reason why the 1995 case of Arizona versus Evans is so important is because it boils down to contraband or evidence they may find on your person when they wrongfully arrest you because there's a warrant in the system that isn't real or is void. And so then if you get caught with marijuana or a firearm or any of those other things, because the police officer saw a warrant in the system, then the fruit that they get from you, it will not be considered fruit of the poisonous tree. It will be considered valid evidence because the officer was working on good faith, which leads you to the 1984 case of United States versus Leon. The 1984 case of United States versus Leon creates what's called the good faith exception for police officers. That if they arrest this man here in this video,
I can't be locked up over the fucking weekend, dude.
Okay. Well,
if they arrest that man in the video and the warrant in the system is faulty, that falls to the good faith exception because the police officer was working in good faith that he arrested you because there was a warrant in the system. And then that leads to fruit of the poisonous tree. But did you hear what the man just said in the car? Listen to what he says right here, and I'll give you the case law on that.
Get my name wrong.
Okay. It's a pretty unique last name then?
Yeah.
All right. You know of anybody else that would use your name or share your name?
No.
All right. So my commitment to you is we'll double verify it. If we double verify it, there's nothing.
If they double verify it, then it falls under the police's good faith exception, and the police can't be held liable then. So he's not double checking because he's being a good guy and double checking for you. He's double checking because then the United States versus Leon, 1984, what creates the good faith exception, then that police officer isn't liable for wrongful arrest. That's why he's going to double check.
We can
I have
do
a business to run, employees that depend on me, man. I can't be locked up over the fucking weekend, dude.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's a warrant, we're compelled to by a judge to take action. There's no.
No, he's not. He's not at all. The 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista gives him complete and total discretion, absent exigent circumstances. There's going to be a loss of life. They have to get contraband off you, or they're in hot pursuit of you. Other than that, he has discretion to let you go.
It's not like we have flexibility in it. It's the warrant
He has absolute flexibility in it.
wording is compelling us.
I know. It's like,
So-
what?
No. He. So you know how you always say, hey, you did swear an oath to uphold the Constitution. You swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the state that he's in right here. I don't know where he's in. But in that, he has complete and total autonomy. A police officer can arrest you at any time, whether he's on duty or off, because the power is vested in him. They use it as a double-edged sword.
Like I'm promising you, all of this is fucking bogus. So what happens there? Like, what about my time? Like, that's being.
We'll worry
robbed from me,
about that when time comes. We'll worry about. We have information. We have reliable information that you have a warrant.
It's not
We
reliable.
have,
The warrant might be. Yes, I got it. All right,
you know what I'm saying?
I got it.
I don't know what brought us here. All I can tell you is what we're
Okay,
doing right now.
okay,
So
yep, I
my
got it.
commitment to you, if we're wrong, we'll take you wherever you need to be. Okay. All right, partner. All right. Well, I'll let you know. Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right.
If I say it nice to you while you're in cuffs and I'm taking you to a dungeon, then I'm the good guy. But he lied to him the whole time. So why do you have to go to jail, and how come you have to go to jail for that amount of time? So that boils down to two different cases. You're going to have the 1975 case. I think it's 78. I think that's wrong on the board. The 1975 case of Gerstein versus Pugh. Gerstein versus Pugh was when, remember, so they didn't really start indiscriminately arresting people without warrants until the 50s and the 60s. When did that happen? When black people got freed is when they started indiscriminately arresting people. And also with the prohibition of alcohol from 1920 to 1933. And then the prison industry shot up. The prison industry shot up here. Here's prohibition. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it down there. Yeah, you are. Okay. So here's the prison industry. There's nobody in prison. There's 40,000 people in prison at the bottom of that slope of that red line right there. From 1920 to 1933, you're going to get 5 times more people in prison because of prohibition. And this is going to start the warrantless arrests, where they're warrantlessly arresting people. The 1925 case of Carroll here, Carroll versus United States. This case here is what truly eroded the Fourth Amendment and created warrantless searches and seizures in your car, and then you started to get warrantless arrests. Now that's going to percolate for 50 years, and we're going to get all the way here to the 1975 case of Gerstein versus Pugh. Whoop. Gerstein versus, here, 1975. So in the 1975 case of Gerstein versus Pugh, you used to go to jail and you would get a probable cause hearing promptly. So Gerstein versus Pugh in Florida, what they would do is they would arrest people, and because the Supreme Court had created a policy in 1975 that the prosecutor would have a probable cause hearing. Remember, if you're arrested without a warrant, then when you get arrested without a warrant, then they have to collect the evidence and have a probable cause hearing for you to see if you have to stay in jail. Well, in 1975 in Gerstein versus Pugh, the Supreme Court created a policy for all courts below the Supreme Court, which is all of them, that if you get arrested without a warrant, you have to have a probable cause hearing promptly. Well, in the state of Florida, that ended up being weeks and sometimes even months, depending on the color of your skin. And so then what happened is, in the 1991 case, of City of Riverside versus McLaughlin, in this case here, the Supreme Court determined that you had to have a probable cause hearing within 48 hours of being arrested. Now, I believe that that's going to be a 6-3 vote because this guy here, Thurgood Marshall, he said, wait a minute, a probable cause hearing within 48 hours? He said 48 hours is a really long time. Your dog could die. You being locked away for 48 hours and that being a standard, Thurgood Marshall protested. He said no. He said no. So I think it was a 6-3 decision or 8, I think it was, no, maybe it was 8-1. I can't remember the decision off the top of my head, but here's what Thurgood Marshall did say. If you get arrested and you go to jail, putting you in jail for 48 hours, that's a huge intrusion into your life when a cop has just snatched you off the street and said, you're under arrest, but I don't have a warrant for you. So in other words, it was most likely a Terry stop that escalated into something more, unless you're robbing houses. So a lot of the probable cause hearings that should happen right now, right when you get arrested, now the jail system, remember, they created a profit system here. So if you're held for 48 hours, that's money for that jail. The jail has a vested interest in holding you. And the 1991 case of County of Riverside versus McLaughlin makes it so that every single detention center in America is going to profit because you got arrested without a warrant. And the Supreme Court created a policy that you got 2 days there. And that's not like a rigid standard. If the prosecutor tells the judge that they need a little more time, then you sit in jail. Now, you have a constitutional right to have a hearing within 72 hours, but you might be sitting in jail that entire time. And so this cat here in this video, he's getting arrested. He's going to jail. He's going to be there for 48 hours. He's getting arrested on Friday. So now let me ask you this. In today's world, today's technology, couldn't we have a probable cause hearing on your cell phone with the judge when you get arrested? You sure could, couldn't you? You sure could. With the technology available today, for you to be able to have a probable cause hearing with a judge on a Skype call, Zoom call, Google Meetup call, you could have a probable cause hearing now. So then why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they simply use technology to change it so that you don't have to sit in a dungeon for 48 hours and eat below subhuman dog food? Why would they do that? Because the jail system is a money system for you to sit in jail. This case right here, people don't even know it. County of Riverside versus McLaughlin. This case right here single-handedly incarcerated America. Because now the jails know they can hold you for 48 hours. If I'm a hotel and I know that I'm going to have an occupant in my bed for 2 days, there's only 7 days in the week. I'll take that. I'll take that. Anytime. Fill the bed for 2 days, 100%.
Our scope of work is
Hey, partner,
once
how's
we
it
see it, we have to act on it.
I'm just an employee and roommate.
Okay. You're gonna take care of his truck and stuff?
Yeah, I got you.
So Alco was telling him he's showing he has a warrant. It's confirmed. We're confirming warrant with his DL and stuff. Where this is coming from, we'll confirm more at the jail. So we'll do the fingerprint process. We'll make sure those jive. If it doesn't, then we'll bring him back. We'll bring him back to wherever he needs to go. We'll call you. Do we have your number?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, can you guys do me a favor? Can you double tap on the screen? Can you hit the like button? We only got 161 likes with 1,500 people. Can you help me out, please? I'm gonna dish off a bunch more case law information. I'm gonna show you guys videos, and then I'm gonna show you the case law that applies to it. Can you double tap on the screen if you're watching on your phone, or hit the thumbs up button for me, and hit the subscribe button? Because I'm gonna do this a lot. I'll show you something else right here. So here's the board game. This is the wall game here. Are we still running here? I hope we are. So this is the wall game here. Are you there? I mean, do I have a, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I can't see it on that one, but I can see it on here. So this is the wall game right here. There's a board game and a wall game that I created that I finalized in the dungeon. And so I'm gonna show you guys that. This hopefully sooner than later. I keep on saying now, but then I'm not getting that done. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. Thanks for sticking with me. How's everybody doing? Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate that. 100 people hit the like button. I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Thanks a whole bunch.
All suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Thank you for watching.
So I'll show you something here. This is another one of these videos where I teach people all the time, you don't interact with the police. If you interact with the police, they absolutely 100% want to arrest you.
Spot. All right, you got my timer? Go ahead and perform the test. Raise your leg.
So this guy stops at a DUI checkpoint. So where do DUI checkpoints come from? They come from the 1991 case of Sitz versus Michigan State Police. Do I have Sitz on there? 91? I don't see it on there. They come from the 1991 case of Sitz, S-I-T-Z, versus Michigan State Police. That created the Nazi checkpoint system in America. Sitz, S-I-T-Z, versus Michigan State Police. Sitz saw that they were setting up checkpoints, and he decided to sue the Michigan State Police for setting up checkpoints in America. Now, he initially won, and the lower courts said that it was a gigantic intrusion into your life for the police to be able to set up checkpoints. Now, at the Court of Appeals, now this got certioraried up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court then set a policy that you can be stopped at a checkpoint, and it is intrusus de minimis into your civil liberties that the police can set up a checkpoint to stop you. And this man here gets stopped at one of those checkpoints.
Going on, looks like they found a spot. All right, you got my timer? Go ahead and perform the test. Raise your leg up, 6 inches. Point your toe. Count out loud. Hands down by your side.
Steady as a rock. Steady as a rock. Look at him. He's like a statue. Look. Look at him. He's literally like a stone, like one of those guys standing on a block that paints themselves gold that holds perfectly still. Look how rock solid this guy is. He's not moving a muscle.
All right, put your foot down.
Perfect. He nailed it.
Put chains behind your back. You're under arrest for suspicion of DUI.
That right there. That right there. That's why I have a trifold. This is the whole reason why. Right there. That's it. This is the entire reason why I have a trifold, and I write on the trifold. I have all the information that you need on the trifold right here. It says, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It says, don't ask me where I'm coming from. Don't ask me where I'm going. All the information you need is right there. Don't ask me where I'm coming from. Don't ask me where I'm going. Don't ask me where I've been. Don't ask me if I've been drinking. I will take no tests. If I have a gun, no searches or seizures. Use the address on my ID. I'll give no additional information. I've given you everything I need to provide by law. It says right there. That's it right there. You don't do anything else. You don't say anything else. You've seen me go through DUI checkpoints using this trifold, simply stating I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent as I have my camera facing in the window, and I beat it. I've been through 10 checkpoints. You guys have seen me do it. When I hear about a checkpoint, I go through it just to show people that if you use your trifold and use the camera, you'll breeze right through it. You have to have the confidence in yourself to hold the camera up and to say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's how you do it. I can teach you all, and there's a bunch of case law in here. You should learn this case law, but you're never going to talk after you invoke your Fifth Amendment right. If you live in a state that sells cannabis, recreational, and medicinal, and the cop says he smells something, you just point to the case right there. You just point to it. Every different state has different laws based on the smell of Mary Jane. You have to check your local state laws. In places where they sell no Mary Jane, smell is going to be probable cause to pull you out of the car and to search your car. Whereas in states like California, where recreational and medicinal are both legal, then the police are not going to be able to just search your car because probable cause is not enough for search. In California, where medicinal and recreational is legal. But this guy here decided to participate with the police through a DUI checkpoint, and he did not invoke his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And look, his leg was steady as a rock. He still got arrested because he interacted with the police officers. If you interact with police, they believe that their job is to arrest you. That's what they think. They think that's their job to arrest you. They're 100% on it. Go to DeleteLawz.com, get a trifold. If you can't afford one, email me and I'll email you one that you can print out yourself. I'll send off a bunch of free ones too, but after I get to 10 free ones a day, I stop sending off free ones. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I'm sorry, I haven't seen any of the chat because I only have one screen. So if I hadn't screamed out anybody's name, it's because I can't. I'm on one screen to be able to be mobile on this bad chicken right here. Can you guys put Team DLZ in the chat? Did you guys double tap on the screen, hit the like button? Double tap on the screen, hit the like button. I'm really enjoying this because I see videos all the time that case law applies to it, and I know the case law in my head, but a lot of people don't. So I'm just gonna share the information I know when I see videos and be able to apply case law to it. I can't believe I don't have Sitz versus Michigan State Police on here. It's a 1991 case that made DUI checkpoints legal. Your job when you go through one of those DUI checkpoints is to pull your trifold down, get your camera out, and invoke your Fifth Amendment right and stop talking. Shut the front door. That's what you do. I'm an activist. I do different than you do. But I put myself in jail last year. So we know that it sucks.
Going on, looks like they found a spot. All right, you got my timer? Go ahead and perform the test. Raise your leg up, 6 inches. Point your toe. Count out loud.
Count out loud.
Hands down by your side.
7. Steady as a rock. He's steady as a rock. They're still going to arrest him.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
With suspicion of DUI.
No, he's under arrest because he didn't follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols for himself. He didn't say to himself, when the cops pull me over, which inevitably they're going to try to pull me over, or they will pull you over, he didn't say, I'm just going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right and film it. No, he decided to do stupid human tricks. And then the cop, after he nailed it like a gymnast, the cop arrested him anyway. So that's what you're seeing there. You know, you place, what do they say? Fuck around and find out. If you play around with cops and start having a back and forth with them about your day or blah, 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 they have a better chance of arresting you. I know. I sit here and review videos every day. Oh, this one has volume on it. Hold on a second.
Put your hands behind your back.
For what?
Put your hands, because you're under arrest.
For what?
Put that away, Chris.
No, for what?
Put your hands behind your back.
Hold on, for what?
Did you guys hit the like button? Can you guys hit the like button for me, pretty please? Hit the like. I'm a YouTube guy. I'm on YouTube. I need you to hit the like button. Would you please double tap on the glass of your phone if you're watching the glass on your phone, or hit the thumbs up button if you would, please. Moderators, thank you. I can't see any of the chat.
You're under arrest.
For what?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Loitering. You're under
What is
arrest.
loitering?
Loitering and now resisting arrest.
Under 30 minutes. Under 30 minutes. And you say
Put
loitering.
your hands behind your back.
I'm taking my bag and I'm going.
No, you're not. No. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm leaving. I'm taking my bag and I'm leaving.
You're not. You're not. You're not. Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
I don't, sir.
No. What did I do?
I do not want to tase
No.
you. Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Put your hands behind you.
What did
You
I
are
do?
under arrest.
For what?
I already explained that to you.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
No. I was here.
Put your hands behind your back.
I was here sitting quietly. You came to speak to me. Under 30 minutes. Huh? There were people upstairs. You didn't speak to them. You didn't speak to them, right?
Sir, put your hands behind your back.
After 15 minutes,
Nope.
you spoke to those people over here.
Put your hands behind your back.
To me. Okay?
You're under arrest.
And I said,
So I want you to think about this. You're gonna see this guy get tased in a second, or actually the hands are gonna block it. It should be a helmet cam. What's the case law that allows police to use 50,000 volts of electricity and taser this man? I'm gonna teach you the case law, but put it in the comment section. What is the case law that allows the cop to shoot the man with 50,000 volts of electricity? Hold on, I'll give you the answer.
I'm charging your thing and I'm leaving.
That's fine, but you're under arrest. You're under arrest.
For what?
I already explained that to you.
Exactly.
I explained that to you.
What? No?
Put your hands behind your
I
back.
spoke to your sergeant.
Yeah.
Let me quote your sergeant. If you're going to leave, I'm fine with that. That's your sergeant.
And you weren't leaving.
No.
You weren't leaving.
No. I did not say I was leaving within 2 minutes time.
Stop coming
Now
close to me.
you're threatening me. I'm not coming close to you.
You're under arrest.
I'm explaining to you. Please, hey, that's my.
Put your hands behind your back.
Please. That's my
Listen,
head, please.
put your hands behind your back.
I'm under arrest for what?
You are under arrest. Put your hands behind your
I
back.
don't have guns. Listen, I'm not a threat. I am not fighting anybody.
So then just put your hands behind your back.
Hey, that's my thing.
Yep, we'll pick it up for you.
thing.
Place your hands behind your back. I explained it to you.
For what?
He's going to get shot with 50,000 volts. What's the case law that allows police to shoot you with 50,000 volts of electricity?
Why? No. I spoke to your sergeant.
Yeah, and he's
your
telling you to
sergeant
put your hands
says,
behind your back.
Okay, you're about to leave. For what?
I explained that to you.
For what?
I already explained it to you.
For what?
Loitering
No.
and resisting
What is
arrest
loitering?
now.
You're going to get shot with 50,000 volts for loitering, for hanging around.
Now disorderly person.
Why are you arresting?
Disorderly, so I'm going to shoot you with 50,000 volts of electricity. What would be the justification in the case law that would allow him to shoot you with 50,000 volts?
I told you, I asked you, am I under arrest?
No.
You said no.
Just put your hands behind your back.
No, you didn't say anything.
Yes.
You are contradicting
Yeah.
her. You're not.
Nope.
No. So what is it?
Put your
What
hands
is
behind
it?
your back.
Am I a threat? You said no. Am I disturbing the peace? No.
You are now.
Right? Okay.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
We don't want to tase you.
No. You go ahead and test me.
Put a 1 in the chat if the cops do want to tase him. Put a 1 in the chat if they train to shoot the taser. Put a 1 in the chat if the cop can't wait to tase him and then talk about it later.
Go ahead and police brutalize me. Go ahead and police brutalize me. Listen, people died so I could be free. People died.
Put your hands behind your back.
Malcolm X died. You killed so
Put your hands behind your back.
MLK died.
Don't invoke Malcolm X name with cops. It's not going to go so well. The cops don't really love Malcolm.
So I could be free. Stokely Michael died so I could be free. Sankara died. You killed Sankara so I could be free. I'm excited, my friend. People died so I could be here. You
Put your hands behind your back.
Police officers, put out.
Taser. Fuck.
Taser number 2.
You're under arrest.
I'm not
Put
under
your hands
arrest.
behind your back. Yeah, you are.
Am I a threat?
He did not go down. Let me see. Who got the case law correct? What case law is it? Double tap on the screen, hit the like button. Still just 494 likes. You guys got to double tap on the screen for me. Please hit the like button. Evidence room, 30 gifted memberships. Holy snarling snake shit. 40. Holy shit. Evidence room has bought a bunch of memberships. Dude, thank you so much, Evidence room. Man, dude, you have bought like so many memberships. Holy shit. Thanks a lot. So anybody get it? I want to see if anybody got it. Anybody get it? What is the name? Team DLZ, put it in the chat if you got a gifted membership. If you got a gifted membership, put Team DLZ in the chat. What's the case law? What's the case law right now? I'm going to wait for 10, 15 seconds here to see if anybody knows the case law as why the cop can tase him. with 50,000 volts. It is not Terry versus Ohio, but that would be the basis of it is Terry versus Ohio. It's not Terry. Ooh, good one. Good one. Adderley versus Florida, 1966. Good, but that's not the case law. That's not the case law. Terry doesn't allow it. Terry allows the detainment. So a lot of people are saying Terry versus Ohio. So let's take a look at Terry versus Ohio here real quick. So we're going to come here, 1968. Terry versus Ohio, top of the board right here. Let me see what you guys can see here. Terry versus Ohio here. Let me see what we got. So what are the 4 things that Terry versus Ohio does specifically? What are the 4 things? So the 4 things that Terry versus Ohio does specifically is, number 1, it puts officer safety over all of our rights. You don't have no rights over officer safety. Number 2, Terry versus Ohio creates that term reasonable articulable suspicion. Maybe you've heard the term reasonable articulable suspicion before. That comes from Terry versus Ohio. There was no such thing as RAS before 1968. Third, Terry creates the idea that cops can run up and grab you, pat you down, touch you. That's turned into a POW style of assault now. And then fourth, Terry versus Ohio allows cops to detain you. Today, most police policy at most police departments, that detainment means handcuffs. Now, if the police are going to shoot you with a taser, that is going to fall to the 1989 case of Graham versus Connor. Oh shoot, you know what? I had to take Graham versus Connor down because it was on that red line. So the 1989 case of Graham versus Connor, the reason why a police officer can shoot you with a taser is because that case created, remember, the Fourth Amendment, the right to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures, the Fourth Amendment, is a reasonableness standard. So Graham versus Connor in 1989 creates what's called objective reasonableness. A police officer can use objective reasonableness. Now, who determines the appropriate amount of force to be used against you in any given scenario? That will fall to the reasonable officer on the scene, who can use his objective reasonableness to determine the appropriate amount of force that can be used on you. That would include electrocuting you with a taser. That's the reason why. It's going to fall down to Graham versus Connor. And I'm really shocked that I don't have Graham versus Connor on the board. But that guy was a champ, an absolute and total champ. That was really unbelievable. He was able to stave off getting shot with a taser of 50,000 volts and keep on going. That was amazing.
What made you decide to change your nationality?
The same reason you should do it for your kids. Because I know police, when they get the education, they're not all the way educated. They only know how to train and protect the assets. You get the American Jurisprudence book. Oh, here it is. This was the education. I know y'all don't like niggas that read. I'm now the holder in due course of the birth certificate on a state and federal level. I got the full faith and credit. This is my private affidavit of the certificate of liability.
Full faith and credit is from Article 1 of the U.S. I'm not going to go all the way down the board. It's 35 feet down that way. Full faith and credit is from Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution, meaning that laws, like your marriage, for example, your marriage, you get married to somebody in Wisconsin. If you go over to Michigan, then you have full faith and credit that they're gonna honor your marriage certificate in the other state, and that's what he was just mentioning.
Now, you stated that you never heard of the Moroccan Empire, but here it is right here. That's the same emblem on the back of the dollar bill.
Why do you got your emergency lights on? What's the emergency?
The emergency is your vehicle doesn't have a valid registration.
Yeah, it's private property. Registered to the trust, not the QSV trust.
Go get your white shirt. Call your sheriff. I need somebody in honor.
Do you have a license?
Nope. Right to travel, passport. You in trouble.
Are you going to identify yourself?
I'm a Moor.
All right, do you have your license?
I'm a national. Okay.
Go ahead and step back there.
Let me get my paperwork. We are not in a democracy. This is a republic.
I'm gonna be honest. I really have no idea what you're talking
Okay,
about. So,
okay,
you know,
that's
if you explain it, dumb it down a little bit.
Okay,
for
so
me,
the
that makes
republic.
sense.
There's two governments on the back of a dollar bill. Moroccan government that's called Illuminati, which is the pyramid, the all-seeing eye. And then there's the United States corporation that's on the right side of the back of the dollar bill, which is the QSV Trust of Queen Elizabeth, who you took an oath to protect the assets of their trust.
Okay, so a couple things there. So here's the thing. What he's talking about is going to be null and void because of Article 6, Section 2 of the U.S. Constitution, that is the Supremacy Clause, that no laws go before this, above this, or below this, that the United States Constitution is the rule of law. So I know you're going to hear all kinds of things like this, but that's just not true. It's not true. The founders, when they created the Supremacy Clause, Article 6, Section 2 of the U.S. Constitution, what that said was that the ultimate rule of the land, and this is the reason why you'll hear people say, oh, it's my First Amendment right or my Fourth Amendment right, because that is the base rule of law. Now, where does it go wrong? It goes wrong a few times throughout history. So let's take a look at those of when it goes wrong throughout history. It goes wrong here with Hammer and versus Dagenhart. Hammer versus Dagenhart, it upholds child labor, and it was wrong. And they said that you have the liberty to contract, that you have the freedom to contract, and so you can contract child labor and it can't be taxed. And so it was wrong. Of course, Hammer versus Dagenhart is going to be overruled, but let me explain something a little more clearly. When the Supreme Court makes a holding and they say that you can't tax child labor because it's unconstitutional because you have the liberty to contract, then that is the definition of the United States Constitution. Oh, let me see if I can get this bad chicken. Okay, got to roll it up here. Okay, so here, these three branches of government here, these are critical to understand how they work. I mean, how they work, the ins and outs of them. The congressional branch of government was supposed to be the most powerful branch of government that there is. This was supposed to make the laws. The executive signed the laws, and then the Supreme Court will determine the constitutionality of law. And that's going to fall in the 1803 case of Marbury versus Madison. The 1803 case of Marbury versus Madison, in that case, the Supreme Court then would be the arbitrator of if Congress created a law, if the law would be constitutional. So the Supreme Court's role was more clearly defined here from the 1803 case of Marbury versus Madison. Without Marbury versus Madison, the Supreme Court would not be what it is today. And so when you talk about cases that have gone wrong, that have just decimated freedom, you had United States versus Cruikshank, 1876. United States versus Cruikshank essentially made lynching legal. Then in Bad Elk, you had a right to resist an unlawful arrest in Bad Elk versus United States in the year 1900. What has happened is each and every state in America, what are you more governed by, state law or federal law? It's state law. So Bad Elk versus United States that says you have a lawful right to be able to resist an unlawful arrest from a peace officer, you can even pew him. Bad Elk is probably overruled in your state with a local state statute code or ordinance. And so the Supreme Court does something right that says you can resist an unlawful arrest, and then each and every state in the union then smacks it down. But the biggest intrusion where things really, really went wrong in our country is Carroll versus United States. In Carroll versus United States, when you allow the government to have caveats into that they can, so what Carroll versus United States is it makes it so it's legal for a warrantless search and seizure of your car. You don't have a Fourth Amendment right in your car because the Supreme Court says that because it has wheels and it can roll away, that you're going to get away with the alcohol. This is passed in 1925, 5 years after Prohibition is passed with the 18th Amendment in 1920. Here. So Carroll, what this does then you create what's called the Carroll Doctrine. Now, the Carroll Doctrine, be specific here and understand, when I teach you about the Carroll Doctrine, what I'm teaching you is that the government created this term called exigent circumstances. Exigent. The situation was exigent. The government can violate your Fourth Amendment right as long as the situation has exigent circumstances. And what were the exigent circumstances in 1925? That you had illegal alcohol in your car. And so the police needed to be able to warrantlessly search and seize you and your car for the illegal alcohol. So your rights are circumvented. This is the beginning of the Terry versus Ohio that creates reasonable articulable suspicion, officer safety, detainment, and patting you down. It's an extension of the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States. Carroll versus United States is overseen by William Howard Taft, Supreme Court Justice from 1921 to 1930. William Howard Taft was a power broker, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Carroll, though, specifically, the infringements into your civil liberties that were passed with the Fourth Amendment being completely abolished because now they could do a warrantless search on your car based on exigent circumstances. And the exigent circumstances is that you could have bootleg alcohol in your car, so they got to be able to stop you and search your car. That's still going on today. That's why it's a got you game when you drive from point A to point B in this country, because of Carroll versus United States. In every other scenario that are held up in Weeks versus United States and in Silverthorne Lumber Company versus United States, in those two cases, evidence when they go to your house is excluded if they get it without a warrant. Well, they go around that just 5 years after Silverthorne Lumber Company. They go around that with Carroll, where they can now warrantlessly search your car. And what goes in your car? Everything. Besides my dog, everything else, my briefcase, my computer, my books, everything goes in my car. And then they outlined specific structure to be able to warrantlessly search your car under these sets of circumstances, which are what? If we got to seize contraband off of him. So if they believe that you have contraband, what is the definition of contraband? An illegal substance. Fast forward to the 1971 war on drugs. War on drugs is waged by Richard Nixon. And so now you have this idea that if somebody has fentanyl or ice, not the terrorist Nazi ice, I'm talking about the drug ice, then if you claim they have it, then the situation is exigent and you have to search their car. And that's the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of the end of freedom in this country. Forever, Carroll versus United States is the beginning of the end of freedom. Okay, anyway, I'll show you another video. Sorry. I just get going and I just love to just ramble about case law and history and how it works. So here's another one. And I think they actually say the case law in this one. They say it out loud, I'm pretty sure. I think they say Maryland versus Wilson. But let's see.
Case law, Maryland versus Wilson.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
No, they haven't.
Let's go.
Okay, and where are you at?
I'm in Escondido.
In Escondido.
Let's go, man.
Okay.
For a traffic light. Let's go.
Investigatively ask you to get out if you haven't provided your information of your identity.
We passengers, homie. I ain't giving them shit.
Because we're doing a DUI eval.
They're doing a DUI
in the preparation of placing somebody under arrest. We're going to do an inventory of the vehicle. We cannot have them in the vehicle.
You know you're okay recording, right?
Versus
Is your body cam on?
They're required to
an inventory of the vehicle. There's a specific case law for inventorying your vehicle.
Okay, thank you.
upon request.
Are you sure? I don't think it's on. I don't see the light.
See the red light?
Oh, now I do.
Yeah, it's been on since
We are doing the
Good.
evaluation. We
Good.
gotta have them in the vehicle with them running, so we like them out of the vehicle, so we can continue.
We can turn it off if you want. We can turn it off. I'll give you the keys.
Okay, so now you're in the investigation.
I want to turn it off. I'll give you the keys.
So your intent is to arrest the driver? Well then, is that what you're saying?
Yes. So far.
Okay. Can I speak to my son, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, CD of Escondido right here. Escondido police. They stopped us for a third light. Look how many cops. Look how many cops. CD of Escondido.
They haven't even determined that yet. They said they want to search the car first.
They want to search the car. They want to search the car.
Yeah, they haven't even given him his full.
Let's go. CD of Escondido,
DUI
baby.
check yet.
He didn't say he wanted to search the car yet.
Yeah, he did. He's trying to pull us out and search the car. That's what he said.
No, he's sitting,
For,
he's sitting on the curb.
No, so that's the 1973 case of United States versus Robinson that creates the term search incident to arrest. They can search your body. That's gonna, so there's a couple cases here that we have to talk about. So the first one is gonna be South Dakota versus Opperman. South Dakota versus Opperman determined that if the arrested driver, if the driver of the car is arrested, then they get to inventory the car. And this happens in 1976, South Dakota versus Opperman allows them to inventory the car. They're not really searching your car, they're just inventorying your car. Okay, so it's kind of a way to circumvent your Fourth Amendment right of an unreasonable search and seizure. And so then when you get to Maryland versus Wilson in 1997, when they're talking about searching his car, that's going to go to the 1981 case of New York versus Belton. New York versus Belton, if he's getting arrested, 81, New York versus Belton here. This case right here made it so that if you got arrested and you had access to everything in your car, that the cops could simply search your car from top to bottom, everything from bumper to bumper. Now, that is going to be dramatically knocked back with the 2009 case of Arizona versus Gant. Arizona versus Gant. So Arizona versus Gant said that if you are the driver of the car and you get arrested, but you don't have the reach, if your arms cannot reach to grab a firearm or to grab contraband, to stash it or hide it or destroy it, then Arizona versus Gant put a huge limit on the 1981 case of New York versus Belton. Belton, they said they could search the car outright no matter what. Well, Arizona versus Gant, 2009, that case said that the police could not search the car. They can inventory it, of course. South Dakota versus Opperman, 1976. But they cannot search the car unless you can reach a firearm or contraband within your car. So if you're outside your car and you've invoked, and this goes back to what I teach all the time, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right even if you know you're cooked, if you're screwed, because you saying a word will make it so that they can get the fruit of the evidence against you and use it against you. Whereas if you don't say anything, then it's so much less likely the cops are going to be able to hem you up.
For brake light.
On the curb waiting.
For brake light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're getting the designated driver out the car, and now they want to mess with us.
How many drinks have you had today?
I'll ask questions.
Yeah, they have.
Now, the 2013 case of Salinas versus Texas, here, the 2013 case of Salinas versus Texas, I don't answer questions is not invoking the privilege of your Fifth Amendment. You have to actually say the words, I invoke my right to remain silent, or I invoke my Fifth Amendment. You have to say those words. I don't answer questions is not invoking the privilege. In Salinas versus Texas, the Supreme Court holding literally said that your Fifth Amendment is a privilege, not a right. For you to enjoy the privilege of the Fifth Amendment and its benefits, you must unequivocally state that privilege aloud. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I don't answer questions isn't doing that. That's not right.
How many drinks have you had today?
I'll ask questions.
Yeah.
Inappropriate. Salinas, why do you think it says on the trifold, I invoke the right to remain silent? You have to say it out loud. Invoke your privilege.
You're talking to us.
Yeah, he's
I'll
not
ask questions.
handcuffed. He's not nothing.
All right, Sanders.
Questioning him.
What's your badge number, Sanders?
554.
Thank you.
Yep, we're not
All I
even
asked
doing
is how many
nothing.
drinks you've had because you.
I'll ask you what's your badge number. That's it.
Like 6, 7 police.
Really?
Like 10.
Badge number is going to go down to specific local police policy based on the department that that police officer is from. If you want to know if they have to give your badge number by policy, you can contact your local police, sheriff's, borough, district, whatever kind of cop they are, and ask if it's their policy that they have to identify themselves upon request, especially when they're interacting with you.
You can smell it.
And they
you
said
can smell
they
it
pulled
from
him
here,
over
yeah.
because he has a tail light out.
I got everything I did on video too today, so I'm gonna post what I did and then what you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
It's an old Expedition. It's an old car. It's the light that goes on the roof of the car.
Here we go. All these cops here.
In the center of the car, away from the top.
Yeah, they're a gang. Police are a gang, and be very careful.
For a brake light.
No, it's not a brake light. It's all the case law that I'm teaching you today works against us. And that if they can get you to say anything, to talk to them in any way, that, so we're going to go into more case law in a second. But if these guys want these guys to talk, that's what they want. That's what they want.
Obviously, all right.
What are you doing? Sanders literally unrolled the window right here and then locked it.
It's so I can make sure.
It's all good. I don't gotta do nothing. No, it has nothing to do. All right.
She did what she did, and she said, so I could keep an eye on you. That's going to fall under the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio, that the actions she took were in the name of officer safety, and that would be a de minimis intrusion into your personal or civil liberties, so she could roll down the window and not violate your constitutional rights.
All right.
Because of Terry versus Ohio.
Go on that. Go on that. Go ahead. Go on that. Right here.
Get something.
It's gonna be good.
He said the light was out.
Yeah,
all these
look.
cops for a light
Yeah,
being
no trip. I got the whole shit on
Even if it
video.
was a DUI stop. Ain't nobody did nothing.
Come on, man. Don't trip.
No need for all of this.
Come on. It's all good.
Pull him over to do what he got to do.
Don't trip.
That's all.
Sanders literally unrolled the window down here and locked the door and locked the window lock. Right, Sanders? All right.
That would be intrusus de minimis into your civil liberties because of the weighty issue of officer safety. What did they say exactly in the Supreme Court? The weighty issue of officer safety versus a slight intrusion, intrusus de minimis into your civil liberties. And that's why she can roll the window down.
Sarge is watching the whole shit on too. Come on, Sarge. This ain't the 90s no more, man.
The 1989 case of Sokolow versus United States creates what's called drug profiles. And the reason why a cop asks you, where are you going, where are you coming from? Because of the 1989 case of United States versus Sokolow. And what this determined was that a police officer building a drug courier profile on you can determine reasonable articulable suspicion based on his experience and training. And his experience and training is testimoniable fact. That if you give him, if he says, where were you coming from? And you say, I was coming from 4th and Cincinnati. And he says, and where are you going? You're going over to Maple and 21st Street. He can then say that because you gave him the information of where you were traveling and the pattern in which you were traveling, that fits a similar pattern to a drug courier. And so because of his experience and training, he built reasonable articulable suspicion to be able to search your car based on you telling him your travel patterns. That's why cops ask you, where are you coming from? Where are you going?
Sandra, you got a card?
We don't have business cards now.
Can you write your name and badge number
I
down
told
for
you
me?
already what my badge number is.
Like, what was it again?
554.
554?
Yep.
Thank you. Look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 officers here. City of Escondido, wasting resources for a third brake light.
Yeah, they're just really trying to find something.
Labor Day weekend here.
No reason.
Look at that.
Think that he's under the influence.
Yeah.
Look like it, wasn't acting like.
Solving major crimes, City of Escondido.
Trying to find something. They just trying.
Go to the resources. Overtime right here.
Football, he had to be drinking.
Overtime, baby.
That's what he said.
Right.
The 2009 case of Arizona versus Johnson is an extension of the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio. Terry versus Ohio said the police have a right to detain you based on reasonable articulable suspicion. Arizona versus Johnson in 2009, an extension of Terry versus Ohio, says that if you're the passenger in the car and you are driving with somebody who gets pulled over, you are also detained. So the passenger in the vehicle who's making this video, who's saying there's 3 cops, 4 cops, 5 cops, 6 cops, the reason why there's that many cops there is because number 1, they're a gang, but number 2, the Supreme Court said that if you're the passenger in the car and you get pulled over, you have also been legally detained, meaning if the detainment policy of your police department is to put you in handcuffs when detained, the officer can walk up to the passenger door, open it, tell you to get out of the car and detain you in handcuffs, put you in the back of the car in a cage, and you have not been arrested, you've only been detained, and it's all because of Arizona versus Johnson, an extension of Terry versus Ohio.
You went to a fantasy football, Jeff. You had to be drinking.
Oh yeah, profiling like a mother. Sure.
Drink. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then he starts doing the sorority.
You in the casino, you didn't drink?
So you guys went out to the... He didn't drink? It's like, dude.
There's a Sarge right there. Letting it all happen. Right on, Sarge.
The 1964 Civil Rights Act made it illegal to discriminate against somebody based on their race, their religion, or their sexual preference.
Yeah, this is what he did and whatnot, so it's not like
8 cops.
Anything, but you just... Wow. They
8 cops for brake light. Not even brake light, it's the third brake light on top.
You know what I'm saying?
City of Escondido, baby.
But at some point in time, you know,
City of Escondido right here, look.
That's not right.
We're already like...
A broken tail light. The 2014 case of Heenan versus North Carolina is based on a driver being pulled over for having a broken tail light. Now, the officer didn't know, but in the state of North Carolina, the statute code or ordinance makes it legal for you to be able to drive in North Carolina with only one tail light. Heenan, who was the driver of that car, resisted and was arrested because he informed the officer it's legal for you to be able to drive with one taillight in North Carolina. It went to the Supreme Court, and using the good faith exception from the 1984 case of Leon versus United States, the officer was working in good faith that he believed the law that it was illegal for you to drive with a broken taillight. Because of that, the Supreme Court said that an officer can make a reasonable mistake of law in the 2014 case of Heenan versus North Carolina, and he can't be held accountable.
30 minutes into a third brake light. Garcia!
Did you gentlemen have any questions for us?
Oh yeah, I need you guys' name and badge numbers.
He's got my name and my badge number.
Well, no, I need it.
Okay, Larson 499.
Larson 499. Garcia, what is yours, my man?
Your family member? No. I already showed him.
Garcia,
564.
564, you sure?
That's it.
Garcia with the braces, right? 564. Huevo, padre, hey. A chingar su madre, padre. Ya está.
So I wanted to touch on when he whistled at him, it reminded me of a dog. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about Florida versus Harris. The 2013 case of Florida versus Harris said that if a dog barks at your car when the canine unit is outside of your car, that is probable cause. I can't find it on here as quickly as I want to, Florida versus Harris, but it's on here somewhere. And then here's the thing. Here's the real kicker of it. Here's the real kicker of it. It's the 2018 case of Rodriguez versus United States. Rodriguez versus United States says that the police officer cannot extend a traffic stop without reasonable articulable suspicion that you are a drug courier. The fastest way for you to give him the information that you are a drug courier so he can create a drug courier profile about you, he would be using the 1989 case of Socolow. If you tell him where you're coming from or where you're going, using the Socolow case, he can build a drug courier profile on you. And when the dog barks from the 2013 case of Florida versus Harris, if the cop can't find drugs in your car, he can arrest you and take you to jail because the dog barked and you told him where you were coming from and where you were going. And he created a drug courier profile on you using his training and experience. He pulled you over for not having a tail light, but the 2014 case of North Carolina versus Heenan says that he can make a reasonable mistake of law and still pull you over. Then you decided to talk and tell him you were going to your grandma's house on Bentley Street and you were coming from your grandpa's house over on Hudson Street, and he created a drug courier profile on you, and now you're going to jail because a dog barked. That's how it is. That's why a lot of people, when they call me on the phone, I start to listen to them and hear what they're telling me about their case and what's going on. And I think to myself, man, they just have no idea how the government has got you. They've got you on every single way. You turn this way, you turn that way. The Supreme Court has created a case law that works against you. And that's what we're seeing over and over, time and time, again and again. I saw this on X, and I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about it. I hope I can see it. Yeah. So this is crazy. I saw this on X. Now, remember, this is your trifold here. Only the trifold's got a bunch of case law on it, so that you have multiple cases, whether it's a DUI checkpoint, get out of the car, do I have to ID if I'm a passenger? These things are in the trifold. This one right here says, and what's crazy is it says, I remain silent, no searches, I want my lawyer, please put any tickets under the windshield wiper, I'm not required to sign, I'm not required to hand you my license, thus I'm not opening my window, I will comply with clearly stated lawful orders. So let me tell you the problems with this real quick, okay? So number one, this has codes and statutes on it. You can see them on the far side over here, code 318.14.2. So each code and statute is going to be applicable to your local state or city, borough, district laws. That's going to that's what governs you the most. Let me grab a chair. Then he's saying way too much. You don't want to say all that. You don't want to say all that. You don't want to tell them you're not required to sign, because what if you're in Colorado, or what if you're in Minnesota? I'm not required to hand you my license. Well, what if you're in Oklahoma? You are. What if you're in South Carolina? Thus, I'm not opening my window. The 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims here. Whoop. The 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims is an extension of the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio that puts officer safety over all of your rights, especially your Fourth Amendment. So the 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims, if you write on your sign right here, thus I'm not opening my window, the cop can say, I need you to get out of the car. So if you decide you're not going to roll your window down, you're not going to talk to that copper, the copper may say, I fear for my life. He's not rolling the window down, won't interact with me, and I'm trying to make a lawful stop. Is the stop lawful? No, it's not. But the 2014 case of Heenan versus North Carolina says he can make a reasonable mistake of law. He thought that this property was private property. That's why he's stopping you. The Supreme Court has got us. They have screwed us. So I would not use this sign. I would use this trifold right here. I would invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And then any other case law in here, I would just point at it. I wouldn't even vocalize it, especially if you don't have a lot of experience with the police. I would do that. You get it on DeleteLawz.com. If you learn something, you guys hit the like button. I need likes. I'm a YouTuber. I need you to like my video. So like my video for me. Double tap on your glass if you're watching on the phone, or hit the thumbs up button. Moderators, super chatters, I have not seen any of it. I'm so grateful to my team DLZ. Put it in the chat. Team DLZ. Chevy! I see Chevy. First time I'm seeing comments today. Thank you guys so much for your support. Holy shit, tons and tons and tons. Tons. Oh man, good to see you. Good to see it. We got power inherent to the people in the room. What is going on? Man, 32 bucks in super chats. Yeah, 42 now. 42. Yes. If you learned anything here today, drop a couple bucks and say thanks, man. I appreciate you. This is how I make a living. Really super appreciate you. Chevy, what's the matter? You, the evidence room. Thanks for getting memberships, man. I didn't see anything. I'm just seeing the chat for the first time today. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means a ton to me. I will eventually unveil the board game. It's a lot of fucking work. The board game's a lot of work. You got to be committed to teaching it, is what I'm saying, to teaching the board game. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. But that's okay. I can get it. I can get it. Okay. Okay, I got another video. So I'm going to show you another one. And this one is a Graham versus Connor one again. That's what this one is, where the cops are going to use what's called objective reasonableness. But I wouldn't use this. I would use my trifold if I was you. You can do whatever you want. Oh, yes, I'm over 18.
Get off of me, bro. Give me your hand. Get off.
Oh, I showed.
Get off of me.
Forgive me, this was not the one that I wanted to show. This is not the one I wanted to show. Let me try this again here. Let me see if this will work.
Bro, no, I'm not, bro, I'm not.
I think that he was, oh no, I hit the wrong button. I think that that cop got suspended for a chokehold. I think that's what happened.
Doing nothing wrong.
I think that's what happened. That cop right there who's choking this dude.
Bro, you bother me. You're
That's the last that I heard.
me. Get off of me, bro. Bro, you're harassing me.
So this is a combination of Terry versus Ohio and Graham versus Connor. Terry versus Ohio allows police to detain you while they conduct an investigation on you. That detainment since 1968 to 2025 obviously has evolved greatly, and now detainment equals a POW style of an arrest on you, is what it means.
Get off of me. Get off of me, bro. I didn't do not one thing wrong. Get off of me. Get off of me, bro.
Young man, give me your
Get
hand.
off of me, bro.
Stop.
I'm not doing nothing wrong. Get off of me. Get off of me. Bro, get off of me.
I'm not putting pressure on you.
Bro, get off of me, bro. Bro, I am scared for my life. Get off of me.
I am. That's a minor, y'all. That is a minor. He is a minor, you guys. That's a child.
It doesn't matter. I showed this for a couple seconds yesterday, so I'm not going to stay on it forever. But that's a combination of Terry versus Ohio and Graham versus Connor. Detainment using objectively reasonable force by the reasonable officer on the scene. That's what you saw right there. Are they going to let me see this? Okay, cool.
He take off. I waved you over and pointed to the side of the road. Why would he take off? Why would he take off?
My mom wants to talk to you.
Sure. Is this his mom?
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Deputy Barry Sheriff's Office. How are you? Good. I pulled your son over and he took off on me. Ma'am, it's not real hard when I step right in front of his car and point to the side of the road. You're not listening to me, ma'am. You are not listening to me. You're not. You're. I need his driver's license.
Okay, you need his driver's license, but he has to give you his driver's license. The cop cannot take your identification. Well, this could be this. No, this would be the 1973 case of Robinson. This would be the 1973 case here. It's going to be December 11th, 1973, United States versus Robinson. So if the cop arrested him and said that he arrested him because he was fleeing, remember what the three exigent circumstances are? If there's going to be a loss of life, if they have to seize contraband, or if they're in hot pursuit of you, then your Fourth Amendment right can be put on pause. That's what Carroll versus United States 1925 does. So when he goes to this young girl here, the man's little sister, and says, give me your brother's driver's license, then United States versus Robinson would kick in, which means search incident to arrest, that the police can search your person when you get arrested. So in this particular case, he's extending his person to his backpack. Now, your lawyer could fight that fight, but when he orders that she gives the ID, you know, different lawyers are going to say different things. Some are going to say it's a Fourth Amendment violation that he's giving her unlawful orders. I mean, there's a whole legal maze here. But from the way I see it, just basically is that they would probably apply United States versus Robinson and say that it's search incident to arrest. And so what are they searching exactly? He's searching to make sure that the kid has a driver's license. I mean, I don't know. I remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm autodidactic. I learned all this shit and put it on my wall.
I don't know where it is. Look at the center console.
So now he's ordering her to search and look around. I mean, I think a good lawyer who's practiced a lot of civil tort law, I think that he could probably find a case where he's giving her unlawful orders. Because she may be detained under Arizona versus Johnson 2009, but that doesn't mean that she's under his orders. She doesn't have to do what he says. He can arrest her or not and detain her, but she doesn't have to do what he tells her to do.
I don't know where it is. I don't know if he has a wallet. It's typically in his phone. I don't know where it is. Okay, set your phone there. We're not doing any phone calls during my traffic stop.
I don't know if that's, I mean, case law would have to prevail here eventually, but that's going to fall into the 1967 case of United States versus Katz. 67, Katz versus United States here. Katz versus United States says that you have a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person, houses, properties, and effects. Person, houses, papers, and effects. Your effect being your cell phone. So can he control your communication? You know, I'd like to see that case. I'd like to see that tape, because I don't know how the cop can tell you that you're not going to have any phone calls on his traffic stop. Remember, that's your freedom. It's not his traffic stop. That's your liberty. And America is based on the fundamental principle of life, liberty, property. Liberty being number one, taken directly from John Locke's thesis, Two Treaties of Government, that liberty is the prevailing factor.
It's real simple. A police officer steps in front of your car and points to the side of the road, and you can see there's another car pulled over, correct? Did you see the other car pulled over? Yes. Yes. And then when I'm pointing to the side of the road for you, I'm not telling you to go into another lane. I am telling you to pull over. You go to North Broward? Yes. Then you should be halfway educated to know that when a police officer is waving you over and stands directly in front of your car and points to the side of the road, and then you start going over, and then you take off. And then you pull into somewhere where you don't belong right here either.
Because I have to turn left to turn around because I missed the exit on Lions.
You missed the exit on Lions.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Then you could have did a U-turn right there.
I know. I was trying to.
So, where's your driver's license at?
It's in my wallet in my backpack.
Where's your backpack?
It's in the back left.
What you committed was a felony. His backpack's in the back of the car. You shouldn't be upset. You didn't do anything wrong. Find his backpack, give me his license. It's right there. I asked for you to find his backpack and give me his license. You guys go to a very nice school. It's very obvious when a police officer stands in front of your car. You thought you were telling us to. No, I'm not telling you to change lanes. As you can see, there was another car already pulled over. If I stand directly into your front of your car, and point to the side of the road and start walking to your car as you pass me, that would be an indicator that the police officer is pulling me over. Sorry.
No, so let me explain it. I don't have it on the wall. It's driving me crazy. It's the 1980 case of United States versus Mendenhall. A person is seized when, in view of all circumstances, a reasonable person would believe they're not free to leave. So he was driving down the road. He's a reasonable young man. The cop pointed him to go down this way, so he went down the avenue that the police officer indicated for him to go down. So, and then you have Florida versus Bostick. The environment matters. A person on a bus might not feel free to leave, but that doesn't make it a detention. So, when you're in that face-to-face confrontation with a cop, you know, the best bet that you do is you pull out your trifold or your Fifth Amendment cop cards and you invoke your Fifth Amendment. And then you have the 1983 case of Florida versus Royer here. It's going to be 83 here. Florida versus Royer, sorry, it's way up here. I ran out of space on this wall. So the 1983 case of Florida versus Royer, it creates that statement that you may have heard people say before, am I being detained or am I free to go? Florida versus Royer set that standard because Royer didn't know if she was being arrested or not. They just took her into an airport and then they just walked up and took her by the arm and said, come with us, please. And she didn't know if she had to go with them or so there's a lot of factors, flying on a ticket, all this weird shit happened. But the Royer still didn't know if they were free to go or free to stay. So that's where you get that exact terminology. Am I free to go? Am I being detained or am I free to go? Am I being detained or am I free to go? So that case, you want to make sure that you know it, because anytime that you get involved with a cop and the cop is in your face and talking to you, you have every right to say, hey, am I being detained or am I free to go? And he has to tell you if you're being detained or you're free to go. That's the 1983 case of Florida versus Royer. An extension of which case? The 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. Because Terry creates the detainment policy, Florida versus Royer puts a check on that detainment policy where you have to tell the person if they're being detained or if they're free to go. If they're free to go. If you guys are learning something, double tap on the screen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you would, please. I don't know how many likes we're at. I am not looking at super chats. Or I'm not looking at the crowd at all. I'm sorry, you guys. Team DLZ, I love you guys, man. $142 in super chats. Holy shit. Thank you guys so much. I see them up here. It's power inherent to the people. Power inherent to the people. While it's true an officer may order a suspect out of the car during a Terry stop, such order is only valid if he possesses an articulable, objectable, reasonable belief that the suspect is potentially dangerous. So let me read the holding for you. Thank you for the super chat, power inherent to the people. Thank you. But let's go ahead and let's read the holding. Let's read the holding. And I'm going to get this from ClaudeAI.com. If you guys are not familiar with Claude, I use Paxton AI, I use Claude AI, and I use ChatGPT, I use DeepSeek, and I use the one from Microsoft once in a while, once in a blue moon. Holding from Pennsylvania versus Mims, intrusus de minimis. Yeah, so you know, it's funny because power inherent to the people, I went back, yeah. Okay, so I went back and I read the holding of Pennsylvania versus Mims, and Pennsylvania versus Mims, even as I have it listed in the trifold, that the cops may order you out of a car, that the government's legitimate and weighty interest in the officer's safety outweighs the de minimis. It's de minimis additional intrusion requiring a driver already lawfully stopped to exit the vehicle. I'm reading directly from the holding. Additionally, the court held that a driver once outside the vehicle may be patted down, which is now a POW style of arrest, and that includes to determine if the driver is armed or presently dangerous. So that's the thing, and this is the same. I think I made the same mistake, Cameron, that you did. Is when you actually break down the Pennsylvania versus Mims holding, which I have been doing, as you can tell. It wasn't that the cop had to believe you're armed and presently dangerous, but when he gets you out of the car, that you might be armed and presently dangerous. And this is a quote directly from the holding. So it's not what it's not what I want to be true, but that seems as though exactly what the holding says, is that they can order you out of the car anytime they want. It doesn't matter if you're armed or presently dangerous. I think the holding is a little bit confusing. Pull it up and read it. Pull it up and read it yourself, because you'll see what I'm talking about. It is super duper interesting. Okay, let's do a few more videos, and I'm going to apply the case law to a few more videos. You guys double tap on the screen, hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Chevy, what's up, Playboy? Danelle Brown, G Money, Jack Booth, Thug Pig. What is going on, my friend? Dan Cokeran with a super chat, man. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you so much. I super duper appreciate it. I got some new stuff coming out tomorrow. the good cops are coming out tomorrow. I got some new stuff coming out tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting. Good to see everybody. Mikey B is here. Good to see everybody. Holy snarling snake shit. What a great group of people. Now, this one right here, we're only going to watch part of this, but I want to show you this because it always makes me mad, and I want to break down the case law for this and see if there's any case law that we can determine from it.
Hop on out for me. Come talk.
So it opens up with this piece of shit, Frank Sloop, saying, hop on.
Hop on out for me. Come talk to me. I'll take that. I'll take your driver's license just so I know who you are. Thanks.
I hate that. Cops take your license and put it in their pocket. I hate it.
Hop on out. Awesome. Put your hands right up here. So right now you're under arrest. All right.
Charlie 33, code 20.
So, why in the name of God's green earth are you driving that fast? Turn right. Just lean right there.
As if Frank doesn't drive that fast on open Arizona desert roads in the middle of nowhere where it's straight for dozens of miles at a time. That's why he's driving that fast, because it's a wide open straightaway, Frank. Same reason you do.
Do you have any idea what your top speed was?
120.
120. I think I locked you in at 121 or 122. You know what the speed limit on this road is?
I believe it's 55.
It's 50. So what?
But you guys, take a look at the road. It's just a long, straight, wide open road in the middle of the desert. Don't get me wrong. I don't think driving 120 is the smartest thing with other cars around, but that's why he was driving that fast.
Why are you driving more than double the speed limit on a 50-mile-an-hour road?
I know it's not a perfect excuse for driving that high.
Well, there is no excuse. So saying that it's perfect, it's not a perfect excuse would mean that there is a perfect excuse, and there isn't one.
No.
Tom 16, I have one in custody.
I apologize.
Tom 16, 1605. Tom 20, 20 negative.
Okay.
25, 2020.
No, you actually look exactly the way you do in your picture, too. Okay. Time 16, we have any posse units available in Charlie. Okay. So you're just totally okay with 120-something miles an hour in a 50? You're just like, that's a good idea?
Oh, no.
Tom 16, that's negative.
I was just trying to get home quick.
That's it? Just trying to get home?
Just trying to.
Okay. You need to go to jail. That's what you need to do. So, all right. What I want you to do is stand up here. Just lean right back there.
You need to go to jail because you were driving too fast. Didn't hurt anybody, didn't kill anybody, didn't cause an accident. Nobody's going to the hospital, nobody's going to the morgue. No property is damaged, but we need to put you in a cage. He couldn't just impound his car, give him a great big fat ticket. Couldn't do that. Putting him in jail is going to make society a better place, right? Because crime is so far down from locking up people for decades and decades in the millions and millions. Every year, 7 to 10 million people are arrested and go to jail. And it's making society great, right? It's making America great again.
Perfect.
Is there someone that had to notify to come get my vehicle? Or?
Oh, no, I'm going to tow it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the smugness that the cop talks with as though he's a superior person to you, as though he's a better, oh no, I'm going to tow your car. I mean, he said it like such a prick.
Yeah. I am shocked at how totally okay you are with not only the criminal offense of excessive speed, but also reckless driving for passing all those cars. You're going through a neighborhood here. I mean, we're in someone's backyard right now.
Oh, Frank, save the morality lecture, bro. You take people to dungeons and you drop them off there for driving too fast on a road when they didn't hurt anybody. Nobody got hurt. Nobody. Is it stupid to drive that fast? Sure it is. Spare the morality lecture, Frank. You're not a moralist. You're on the Brady list for lying about people under oath.
Like, there's people walk and ride their bikes and horses through here, and you're just like, 120 something. That's totally fine. I told you.
I'm on camera and I have to act like I'm aghast, as though me and my cop buddies don't do stuff like this all the time.
You have to be in the, of course. Your generation, I'm telling you.
Oh, really, Frank? Oh, really? Because from my perspective, it's the police state that we live in where you get to take him to jail. The fact that you get to take him to jail, that's disgusting. People should go to jail when they're a danger to society. You think he's a danger to society? Tow his car. Then he doesn't have the tool anymore that makes him a danger. But taking someone to jail for going too fast?
I don't. I just.
I'm such a better person than you.
Just stand there.
Shut up, Frank, you chump.
Please get out! Please get out!
Is this actual cops? Because I don't think I can watch it. I don't think I can show this if this is the actual Cops TV show. Don't think I can show this. Don't think I can show it. I got it in an email. I can't show it. I can show this one, though. This one starts at 4:20. Watch this. This is horrible. Can't show that. Can't show it. Sorry about that. Well, just because it's copywritten, and so I can't do that. I'll get in trouble.
All right, peace.
So this one starts at 4:20. This guy's channel, he's got a pretty good channel. I watch his channel sometime. I can't see because Taylor House Publishing. That's his channel. And this video starts at 4:20.
And blessings, peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High.
God bless you, brother. Thanks for showing the stuff you show. I watch your shit, dude. So here it is.
Right there. Away from the converter. I told the man I want to talk to him. Can you beat me up like this, bro? You don't want to talk to you. You tried to go up there before. No. Call my wife. See the white car was just right there in front of the store. In a white Toyota store. I got a white Toyota store convertible. Let go. White Toyota. Let go. Man, y'all ain't gonna lose me to nothing, man. Let's go. Let's not lose me to nothing. Hell no. Take it, man. Let's do it. Right now.
So in case you guys don't realize, the cops are beating him mercilessly, holding him down, punching him, kicking him, beating him, knees, elbows, punches, sticks, tasers. They're destroying this guy.
No. Call my wife. See the white car was just right there in front of.
So there's 1, 2, 3 cops, and they're all conveniently sticking their knees into his body, which causes a schematic stroke, is what that causes. A schematic stroke, where your parts of your body can't get oxygen and you die.
Let's go. In a white Toyota store. I got a white Toyota store convertible. Let go. White Toyota. Let go. Man, y'all ain't gonna lose me to nothing, man. Let's not lose me to nothing. Hell no. Take it, man. Let's do it. Right now, do it to me. Please do it.
Now she sticks a knee on top of him as well.
Please do it. Please don't let me work. Show me. I don't know what I'm letting go. I ain't moving nowhere, man. Come here, man. Stop doing me like this. Stop, bro. Yeah. Behind your back. I am. This shit hurt me. This shit hurt me. It's hurting me. It's hurting me. What you saying to me? You hurt me, bro. What you doing? You hurt me. What you doing, bro?
There's several people on top of him with their body weight. All of them stick their knees into him.
Please help me, man. Please, Jesus Christ, help me. Please help me, bro. Please help me. Please, Jesus Christ.
He's begging.
Please help me. Please. I saw the police. I don't want to talk to him. He jumped over. That man jumped me for nothing. Let me out. Please get out the floor. Get me out the floor, bro. His man on the ground. Please help me. Please, really. He did me wrong, bro. That man did me wrong. I mean, they were so wrong. My head covered with everybody. I'm like, my wrist cut, man. My wrist cut. Cut my wrist, man. Shit got my wrist. Cut my wrist. Look what you doing.
He's complaining that the torture cuffs are torturing him. Put a 1 in the chat if torture cuffs are always torture. If you have not been put in handcuffs and they have not been torture, they're always torture.
And so that is the young brother. And I think he was charged. They charged him with assault on a police officer and resisting arrest. But you can see in the first video that what he did with the police came to him was pulled away from him. What are you doing? I don't want to talk to you. You can clearly hear him saying. Now, once again, I don't know why the police were called, if I'm not mistaken. He said that there was some kind of discussion with the manager or store clerk or whatever, and they called the police on him. And as you see, he did really nothing. He did really nothing when the police came. He pulled away, and then he ended up being jumped on by 4 police. It got so bad, you see the sister running around trying to see where she can jump in. But, they had them on the ground, each one of them on one side, blocking so you can't see the pain that they're inflicting on the young brother. He gets up saying, yo, my wrist hurt, you cut my wrist. And so this is yet another example of black men walking in the store. And
I mean, sooner or later, you can't be blind. It is what it is. It doesn't make you less because you point out how the cops attack black people. It's atrocious. It's an embarrassment. None of us should be proud of what we see. It's the worst that we watch it. And most of the videos that I show, we do see some, and I know 10,000 white people in Ironton, Ohio, who are oppressed by police. So I'm not saying that white people are not oppressed by police. Most of the attacks we see on this channel are black people being attacked. Most. So, I mean, you could just go back and look at my videos, and I made 3,000, 4,000 videos. Sooner or later, we got to look at the elephant in the room. Well, that police need to be disbanded, and we need to recreate them as peace officers who uphold our rights, that are rights protectors, where tasers are not used on us all the time. It's just so unbelievable.
Pull over, bud.
Pull over?
Pull over.
For what?
Because you're getting a ticket now.
For what?
Now this guy, this is Pigs Under Pressure. I love this guy's channel, Pigs Under Pressure. This amount of aggression is almost always going to get you cooked. I mean, don't get me wrong. You fight the power, baby, but be careful.
Honking your horn.
Honking my horn.
What it's for.
What's the law say?
That you have to identify yourself.
The law says that you can't put your flashlight in someone's face or in their camera because that's prior restraint. Prior restraint coming, I believe it's the 1971 case. Forgive me. 1971 case of New York Times. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. New York Times. And what that case says is that you can't hinder someone from making news. Can't stop someone from making news, which would include putting your light in their face.
Presented my driver's license to you. I presented it.
Hold it up. I got to write your number down.
No, that's it right there. That's what you get. That's what you get.
I got to write your number
I
down.
presented it to you.
I still have to write it.
The law says I have to present it to you.
I'm just telling you that we are allowed to break traffic law.
What up, everybody, and welcome back. Yes, you heard that right. I was pulled over for honking at an aggressive driver. But anyway, we were out filming on 4th Avenue in Tucson, Arizona for the YouTube channel Streets Got Talent. We had this cop do the one chip challenge. We ran across some college sorority girls that also did the one chip challenge. And we also ran across some pretty interesting talent in the streets where they're playing guitars, jamming out, and just having a blast. And of course, anytime anything in life...
You can't have fun. You can't have fun. The cops are going to come if you have fun.
Public, you piece of you! What, pig?
You got your lights on now.
What are you talking about?
You had your lights off.
You're driving on the side of the road.
Who cares if he has lights off? And these are Tucson cops. Arizona cops are really terrible.
Over lights? You're going to endanger the public, you piece of you! Get out of the road!
It looks like some Lawz on the...
Why would you do that? You're endangering the public. You're endangering the public.
I wonder if this is the actual creator, Pigs Under Pressure. Is that him in the truck telling him to F off?
Scumbag. What's wrong with you?
Pull over, bud.
Pull over?
Pull over.
For what?
Because you're getting a ticket now.
For what?
Honking your horn.
Honking
You're getting a ticket for honking your horn.
my horn. You drove on the right side of the road.
Give me 5 tickets, pimp.
I'll have ID on this call.
Okay, so let me explain this to you. The 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista means that any criminal infraction, any infraction of the law, anything they can statute, code, ordinance that they can ticket you for, they can arrest you for. So this cop is a DICK. Put a 1 in the chat if this cop's a DICK. So, but then it says blowing the horn for more tickets. No. The cop can arrest you using the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. The holding that was written by David Souter, who was supposed to be a liberal, he partnered with the 4 other conservatives. It was a 5-4 vote. David Souter wrote in the holding that any infraction of the law in the presence of a peace officer is arrestable, and it's not a violation of your 4th Amendment. So if he says he's going to pull you over and give you a ticket for honking the horn, if you honk the horn again, he can legally arrest you for honking the horn, impound your car, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. If there's any contraband in your car, after he arrests you, using the 1977 case, 76 case of South Dakota versus Opperman, when he inventories your car, if he finds any contraband in there, it will not be considered fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine because he had probable cause to arrest you for honking your horn. That's how bad the Supreme Court has completely screwed us all.
3 Adam 77 is making contact with the
License, registration, insurance, please.
I'd rather not reach for anything. If you can step back, I'll grab it.
Y'all, do me a favor. We got 800 people in here and 800 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes. If you learned anything during this stream, which I have taught so much on this stream, please double tap the screen, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. Do this for me, please. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Help me out. $160 in super chats. Oh, thank you guys so much for supporting me. I didn't know how this format was going to work. I can't read any of the chats when I'm in this format, but thank you so much for your supporting me. I appreciate it. Double tap the screen, hit the like button for me.
Step back a little bit. I'm not going to reach for nothing with you standing there.
License, registration, insurance, please.
Sure, just step back a little bit.
Step back where, buddy? I'm not
just
stepping
step
into
back
traffic.
2 feet.
I'm not stepping into traffic.
Why not?
License,
it would be a pleasure.
and insurance.
What's your reason for the pullover?
So you drove past me first with no headlights on.
That's
then
a lie.
You get into the traffic and you just start blaring your horn at people.
Did you see the cop's mannerisms? Watch him when he says you drove with your headlights off.
What's your reason for the pullover?
So you drove past me first with no headlights on.
That's a lie.
Drove past with no headlights on, huh? Huh? You had no headlights on. Got you.
Into the traffic and you just start blaring your horn at people.
You were driving on the right-hand side of the road. You do understand?
You
do understand that's dangerous.
License, registration, insurance, bud.
Stop blinding my camera. Point it down a little bit.
I'm looking at your hands, buddy.
You scared?
I don't know who you are.
Huh?
I don't know who you are. So what's the first tenet of Terry versus Ohio? Officer safety over all your rights.
I don't know who you are.
I know who you are. What's your name and your badge number?
It's Officer Hall, badge number 53362.
Are you always a piece of shit?
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I'm happy to admit it, though. Are you?
License, registration, insurance, bud.
Shut the f*** up. I'm in no rush for you, homeboy. Hold on. I got to roll my window just a little bit. There you go. Hold on. Let me make sure this one's good.
Still waiting.
Hey, Sweet, you're in the way.
Come on.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me just double check it. Here's registration.
Still need to see your license.
Okay, pursuant to 13-2412, Roy Tripoloni. That's all the you're getting from me.
No, I need
I'm
to
not
see
reaching
your
for anything else.
I need to see your license.
I'm not going to reach for anything else with an arm dog next to me.
Sir,
Fuck you, dude. I'm not reaching for nothing else.
You need to show me your license, brother.
Brother?
Yeah.
What's the law say?
That you have to identify yourself.
I presented my driver's license to you. I presented it.
Hold it up. I got to write your number down.
No, that's it right there. That's what you get. That's what you
I
get.
got to write your number
I
down,
presented it to you.
I still have to write it
The
down.
law says I have to present it to you.
Let me see your license.
I just showed it to you.
So I can write your number down and go back and make
I
sure
just
you have
showed
a
it to you.
valid license, sir.
D01130. Go review your body camera.
How hard was that, man?
Go review your body camera now.
I can't review my body camera without turning it off.
Turn it on. Turn it on, man.
It is on.
Good. I'm going to request that when it comes to trial.
You can absolutely request it.
I absolutely will, too.
All right.
What was your number, buddy?
I already ID'd to you.
Are we really gonna do this, man?
I just did it. I ID'd, bro. I'm going by the law. Go look up.
See, this is why I teach you guys. You always have your license, registration, and proof of insurance inside of your trifold. You have your license, registration, proof of insurance ready to go. The cops are gonna pull you over. They're hiding on the side of the road to pull you over. And if you honk at them when they're driving like idiots, they'll pull you over. You invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You get it on delete laws. You keep this, pretend this is your license, registration, proof of insurance, because as I did this setup, I lost my shit. So anyway, your license, registration, proof of insurance go inside of your trifold. When you get pulled over, you give them your license, registration, proof of insurance. As you're filming, you then invoke your Fifth Amendment right. You don't have this back and forth. You're not an activist. I don't see your videos. Where's your channel? Then why are you fighting with the cop? Your job is to survive the stop, invoke your Fifth Amendment right, film him, and get the flock out of there. Your job is not to take the ride because you want to be a hero over something that you didn't have to go to jail for. You may have had standing for him violating your rights just on video, but then you only get a declaratory judgment. It's much less dramatic.
ARS 13-2412. I gave you my first and last name. If you want to go with you want to go with Title 28, I presented it to you for long enough time, and I gave you my driver's license number.
Long enough time. I got to write it down so I can go make sure you have a valid license.
I ID'd enough.
Are we really going to do this?
Well, right here, the gentleman being pulled over could be charged with obstruction because he's asking for the necessary numbers and codes to be able to run your license. Now, whether I agree with it or not, that you have to give your driver's license is irrelevant. What is relevant, though, is that it's obstruction if you willingly hinder, delay, or obstruct a peace officer in his official duties. If you won't give him your license and he says he has probable cause to give you a ticket, and then you don't give him your driver's license, you're probably going to go to jail, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I wouldn't want to go to jail for that.
You're going to have to kill me. Is that what you want to do?
What are you talking about?
I wouldn't say that either, but I have said it. I've said some stupid shit sometimes. I get it. I look back on some of the things I've done and said and think, oh shit. I wouldn't say that though. I wouldn't say you have to. I think I've said it. I think I've said it in a moment of hyperbole.
Look up ARS 13-2412. I gave you my first and last name. If you want to go with you want to go with Title 28, I presented it to you for long enough time, and I gave you my driver's license number.
Long enough time. I got to write it down so I can go make sure you have a valid license.
I ID'd enough.
Are we really going to do this?
You're going to have to kill me. Is that what you want to do?
What are you talking about?
You're going to have to kill me, man. You want to escalate this shit to the end?
You are literally the only one escalating.
I'm going to protect myself to the end of my life. So you need to go do your job, buddy.
Put a 1 in the chat if you're not going to tell the cop you're going to have to kill me. Put a 1 in the chat if you're not going to say that. I mean, I think I have said it. I think I said it in Apple Valley, actually. I'm not perfect.
Hey, you guys can get in the back of my truck if you want. Climb in the back if you'd like.
All right. Hello.
Hey, Sergeant.
How are you?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Good, sir. Good.
Hey, you've been an awesome dude. I've met you a few times already.
We have.
Yes.
We have. What was
None of them are awesome. Some of them might uphold your rights versus trying to enforce laws on you, but awesome? So few people are actually awesome to begin with.
Name again?
Roy.
Will, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, brother.
Meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Brother.
I did present, just so you know, pursuant to ARS 13-2412, I've already given him my first and last name. I've also presented my driver's license to him, and I gave him my driver's license number on body cam.
I know who he is. We explained the infraction, yes?
What infraction?
The headlights.
What's wrong with him?
Looked at me
Can I look at him?
Well, now they're on. But when you looked at me in the corner, I was like, that's a big truck to not have his lights on. So you didn't have your lights on at the time.
I don't think.
And that's the reason why you should be hemmed up, because you didn't have your lights on at the time. It is just such a crock of shit. Over the line, market 0. Put the name of the movie.
This truck comes on automatically. How can my lights be off?
That's what I would thought. And like I said, I thought, hey.
Can I get out and look at them? It looks like they're shining off the pillars right now.
No, yeah, they're on now. I promise you, they were.
Dude, I don't even know how to turn these headlights on.
When you went in the tunnel, I saw you look at me, and you're like, hey, whatever. I don't know what you said, but I was just like, hey, the lights. That's why he came.
Gotcha. Do you know he blasted up the side of the road over there on the right-hand side of the shoulder underneath that bridge just to catch up with me?
But because I know you're educated, I know you are.
I am.
You know that when we have to effect a traffic stop or we're in the course of our duties, we are allowed to violate Title 28. Right?
So, but I mean...
But you know that, though.
You're putting the general public at risk by doing that, man.
Okay,
that is ridiculous the way he drove.
They don't care about us. They don't care about the general public at all whatsoever.
I'm just telling you that we are allowed to break traffic law.
Okay.
But you know that.
So I did honk my horn at him and told him, what are you doing blasting up on the right-hand side of the road, passing everybody on the right, and he said he's pulling me over for honking my horn.
Evidence, yeah, the evidence room. You plead the fifth. I think this is Pigs Under Pressure. If it's actually him and you see this, I love your channel, bro. I watch your channel. I don't watch everybody's channel, but I watch yours.
See nothing by headlights.
Okay, but I'll tell you, my observation was the headlights were on.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. That's all.
Who cares? The headlights are on now. You corrected it. Let him go home. Why ticket him? Why mess with him any further?
I mean, are they on right now? Can you check them, please?
No, they are. Well, clearly, yes, they are.
Okay, so we're good then,
Can you
right?
fit all these people in this truck?
No,
This is a big truck.
These people are...
Why are you... Well, I would invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
With me?
Have you always had this truck?
What do you mean?
Why would you tell him any history of your truck either?
This is your POV?
I always have brand new vehicles, man. Yeah, I spent $110,000 on...
You confirm your name and your date of birth for me, please?
I'm not giving you a date of birth. Pursuant to ARS 13-2412, you're more than welcome to look it up. It just says I got to provide you my first and last name. I've already done that. I've already done that, sir.
I don't know, dude, because you've been irate and yelling this entire time.
I don't like the way you drove back there. You endangered...
He has not been yelling and irate the whole time. He's been a man and talking to you like a man, and he's not backing down from you. You were the asshole that cut him off, so...
The public.
So you drove past us with no headlights on, so I know what you're doing.
Oh, man, you had no headlights on. You had no headlights on. You dirty mother... Or you had no fucking headlights on? You had no fucking headlights on, bro?
Because you stared right at us when you did it, and then you turned your lights on when I got up on you.
You said you're giving me a ticket for honking. You didn't mention nothing about headlights.
So I was coming after you because of your headlights, because you had them off.
Okay.
I was coming after you because you had your headlights off. Why not just flash them?
And when I got up in front of you, you start blowing on your horn. The horn's not for that. The horn is for emergencies. You just...
No, the horn is for people who drive like assholes. Put a 1 in the chat. The horn is for people who drive like assholes.
Blowing your horn and causing noise.
There was an emergency. You were endangering the general public, sir.
What's your first name, sir?
I've given that to you.
Sir.
My name's Richard Holder.
This gentleman right here already knows my first and last name. You can ask your sergeant.
Hey, Sarge.
Pursuant...
Did he give you his name?
He said you presented your ID, right?
I did.
It goes like this and then puts it back.
I did.
But based on the traffic infraction, we do need your date of birth just so we can run you.
I did give him my full name, first and last, pursuant to ARS 13-2412, and then I did give him... I presented my driver's license for the Title 28 to him.
Reasonably speaking, you know that we need to see the date of birth.
And then I gave him my driver's license number. So, honestly, if you guys want to escalate this anymore, I'm okay with it, but I'm done doing it.
No reason to escalate.
I don't think so either, man. I really don't think so either.
It's reasonable, right? He's asking just to back up a bit, right?
Hey, you can go ahead and hop in my truck if you'd like.
Well, hop in the truck, like you want to back up. Cool. I'll just jump in right here.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to, yeah.
Fantastic.
You're more than welcome to.
It's close. Yeah. Here, I'll back up then. How about that? Was I too close before? Was I too close before?
This is the best couple.
How's this? Is that better?
It's different.
It's different?
It's different.
I'm closer, but it's different.
Is that Freeman? Sounds like James Freeman.
You can't see where my hands are. You can't tell if I'm grabbing for something, but it's better, right?
Hey, Sarge, you've always been a good guy, man.
Have a good night.
Sarge, you've always been a good guy.
My hands.
Hey.
Warning.
Hey, man.
But your truck smells weird, by the way.
It smells weird?
Yes. It's giving off some weird... I told him. He'll...
What?
It's DEF, bro. Diesel exhaust fluid. It's like cow piss that...
Smells like a normal diesel.
This channel is Pigs Under Pressure. I love this channel. I watch this guy's channel.
I can't see it in my camera. There we
Check
go.
it out. It's called Pigs Under Pressure. 1,000 people in here. It'd be great.
Just a warning. All that over a warning.
It's just the way these cops interact with us.
Hey, Lunchball. How you doing tonight, man? Doing good.
Get this train going?
Yeah, I've got...
And now he's got to move. And it's his fault he got pulled over right there. It's just such a load of shit. It's such a scam. Yeah, that's Freeman for sure. I'm pretty sure that's... I mean, I know his voice. Freeman was my favorite auditor for years before I turned on a camera and started doing it myself. Oh, yeah. You guys see this one? This is... There's even more follow-up video to this one right here. And I guess I was teaching case law as we were going along here, but I'm kind of going off course a little bit. But I'll set up a whole... Now that now that I know this works, now I'll set up a whole course. I'm going to teach the game that I created. I'm just a little discouraged with the game because of how much it costs for me to get the initial setup to be able to sell the game. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but I have it. These cards right here. So there's a teacher's version. The teachers put cards on the wall and they slip cards in them in slots. Whereas the home game edition is a board and you just play with 3 different slots. Every slot number coincides with different sets of years. So I have the game. I'm just feeling discouraged about it because it's going to cost so many tens of thousands of dollars to get the game going. And it's you know what I mean? When you have to overcome something that's tens of thousands of dollars, you're just like, you know, it's just discouraging, I guess you would say. So this is a funny story though.
Drugs who got caught having sexual relations with a teacher inside a classroom.
Well, the department.
So if you didn't hear it, it's a cop.
Investigates a Lebanon police officer who taught children about.
Of course, it has to be in Lebanon, Ohio, where I audited the Lebanon Police Department. In case you guys didn't know that, you can look it up on my channel, Lebanon, Ohio Police Department. I audited it, and now one of their cops got caught diddling a teacher in her classroom.
About the evils of drugs who got caught having sexual relations with a teacher inside a classroom.
Well, the department says it happened while the officer was on duty on the taxpayer dime.
He banged a teacher on duty in her classroom as he went there for a DARE program, Students Against Alcohol, whatever, or drugs, which is just didn't work. It still hasn't worked. We've had DARE for 30 years or something. Doesn't work.
17 News' Amanda Chin has the latest after digging through the records and the body camera footage.
The officer lost his badge. The district gave the teacher a short suspension, but now the state is reviewing what should happen next and whether there should be more consequences.
Former Lebanon police officer Brian Gilly once taught elementary students about the
Now he teaches their teacher how to get down.
dangers of drugs and alcohol as a DARE officer. Now he's at the center of a scandal inside one of those very schools. Here's Gilly at an April decertification hearing pleading his case.
I've impacted so many lives. I know I've done wrong, but I've also have impacted that community in so many ways.
An internal affairs investigation by the Lebanon Police Department found Gilly engaged in sexual activity with Castle Heights Elementary School teacher Shelby Moss inside her classroom.
So Shelby and this guy in the classroom. I mean, they got down in the classroom. And in Ohio's this really kind of religious state. They're pretty religious, even though they're all sinners. You're sinners in Ohio. Everybody's a sinner, right? But the point is it's really like a judgmental place, because the most judgmental people are the most religious.
I mean, I didn't tease you at all.
Did you?
You just complain I don't touch you. So you're the one that teases me all night long.
Initially, Gilly denied any sexual contact while on duty.
You've not had sexual relations with her while you was on duty?
No, sir.
Period.
But later, Gilly admitted to it. The investigation report says the encounter happened after school hours in September of 2024, but Gilly acknowledged students could have still been present. Fox 17 News obtained body camera footage from August that shows Gilly and Moss kissing. Investigators say Officer Gilly was on duty and in uniform.
Okay.
Investigators called a pre-action hearing. Gilly resigned soon after.
It was a mistake, and it would never happen again. Because I've been put in this position, I don't want to be here. I have 4 months off, not able to work. I was very embarrassed.
In May, the Tennessee Post Commission voted to decertify Gilly for violating multiple policies.
So POST stands for Peace Officer Standards and Training. You have to have a Peace Officer Standards and Training certificate to be able to be a police officer. Now, once you get a POST certificate in Arkansas, Louisiana, Nebraska, wherever you get it, they have what's called replication. Oh gosh, dang it, I'm blanking on the word. reciprocation is eventually is what it means. And you can go to other states and they'll honor your post license. But if you don't have a license, then you can't be a copper.
This means Gilly is barred from working in law enforcement in the state.
You engaged in sexual activity in a school as an officer who is supposed to protect children at that school.
Oh, that is so ridiculous. I mean, you guys, put a 1 in the chat if you know I'm not on the cop side. Put a 1 in the chat if you know for a fact, you know me, you've watched my channel, I am not on the cop side. I'm not sticking up for cops. The idea, oh, yo, thanks. The evidence room, dude, evidence room, you bought like 50 or 60 memberships. Thanks, man. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I just popped by real quick to look and see what was going on. So, but listen, this is ridiculous. This standard that here,
Wow. Engaged in sexual activity in
you engaged in sexual activity in a place where you're supposed to protect children. You engaged in a sexual activity at school as an officer who is supposed to protect children at school. So how is him having sex at school not protecting children? How is that? And everybody knows I'm not on the cop side, but how absolutely preposterous is it that, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hot. It's kind of hot. They got down in a classroom. I'm not sticking up for a cop. I'm just saying, if you're a teacher and any guy from any occupation comes into your classroom and you guys get down in the classroom, that's a pretty hot moment. As far as I'm concerned, that sounds pretty hot. And I would bet all 10 of my fingers and toes that they made sure there was no children watching. Is that, put a 1 in the chat if you are sure that there were no kids watching. It's preposterous to believe that they were going to get down in a classroom and there's a 7-year-old in one of the desks. That is just stupid. That is just, you engage in sexual activity where they're supposed to protect children. You had sex in a place where kids go. Well, I think kids have gone here, kids have gone there, kids go everywhere. So you're going to destroy somebody that they had sex where kids go? Kids go everywhere. If there's no kids there, there's no, it's not sacrilegious. You're not in a church. He didn't bang her on the altar. Stupid.
School as an officer who is supposed to protect children at that school.
Meanwhile, the Lebanon Special School District gave Moss a 2-day suspension.
Darnell, Dan Trell said, I wouldn't want my kids seeing that shit. What if a child walked in randomly? I'll bet you there was no kids at the school when they did it. I'll bet you they locked the door. Just come on. This idea they were getting down in front of kids. Stop.
And filed a report with the State Board of Education, which could take further action. Moss resigned in May. J.C. Bowman, who represents educators across the state, says parents need reassurance.
We need to make sure we're reinforcing that with the parents, that they understand that their child will be safe and be protected and not exposed to bad situations.
That is such a load of shit. Am I wrong? Am I off? Am I the one off? Oh, is my audio low? Sorry about that. How's my, thanks for the super chat. What? Thanks for the super chat. Is my audio low? Do I need to talk into my microphone? Is that what I need to do? Do I need to speak into in the microphone, squid brain? Is that what needs to happen? Is that a little bit better? But am I off on this a little bit? Am I off on this? Because I don't give a shit where they had sex. I don't care. Any decent person, I have had. I mean, we all have experiences. I'm not going to go into mine, but we've all had experiences sexually where most of us have had. It sucks now? God dang it. Okay, sorry about that. Too much boost polish coming out. Boot polish? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Let me see if I can fix my audio here. I'm going to try to turn this bad chicken up. I'm going to try to turn this bad chicken up a little bit. Is my audio too low? I'm going to go up to 4.3 here. Okay, close. Is that a little bit better? Can you hear me better now? I want to make sure you guys can hear me all right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm literally reading the chat right now to see if my audio is okay. You know? Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me all right. Testing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to hear from Team DLZ. I need Team DLZ member to tell me, people who I know. Oh, it's only working on the left side of the headphone? That's shit. That is shit. It hasn't been that way the whole time. It's fine on your end, Huey. Thanks, I appreciate it. Sounds good to you, Dan Hamlin? No, I'm not. Cool. Sounds fine. Cool, cool, cool. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Audio check, 5x5. Thanks, Rancho. There's just people. I mean, some of you guys are getting bad audio. I'm really sorry. No, listen. I'm not saying you should have sexual relations where kids are. I'm saying that just because it's a room where kids are taught in class, I just don't see it as being sacrilegious. If there's no kids there, then I mean, for the teacher, it's kind of a hot moment. I've never done it. I've never had sexual relations in a school, so I just don't know, so anyway, so let's keep going.
Fox 17 News requested interviews from both the school district and the police department. Both provided statements. The school district says in part, "We want to assure our families and community that we take all concerns seriously and act promptly to maintain a safe and respectful learning environment for everyone." Representative
There wasn't a learning environment.
Clark Boyd represents the Lebanon area.
I think we can take a look at this situation, and I'm sure that at the police department level, that the DARE officers and at the school district level, they're looking at this and saying, what did we do anything wrong in this? Are there things that we could do?
The Lebanon Police Department says, "We hold our officers to..."
Have I just been in Hollywood for 25 years? And so to me, it's just the idea that, and listen, you guys know I'm not sticking up for the cop, but the idea that it's just sacrilegious, it's just such a sin that they had intercourse where kids are taught school. Like, I've been in Hollywood, California for 25 years because I'm from a real small place in Alaska, super conservative town that I was raised in. I just don't see a problem. I think it's a problem because he had sex on duty and he's being paid as he's boning down. He's not even on his lunch break and he's getting some, so I'm trying to keep it PG, but it just doesn't make any sense to me why it's such a huge deal. And they're all like, we need to make sure our kids are safe. Well, if he's a cop, so there's the irony of it, right? He's a cop and they're so concerned that he made an unsafe environment for kids. He's the cop. I wasn't boning a teacher in her classroom. That was the cop. I know a newscaster who did it one time. I knew a newscaster who went to a school and with a teacher, and it ended up being a mess. I mean, a mess. He was a good buddy of mine, and he was in big trouble. And it was a thing. But maybe I don't see it. Maybe I got a blind spot. Boom. So the guy driving this car should be fired because he shouldn't be a cop. But watch this. They're going to try to arrest or take on this guy. They're going to try to take down the guy who's driving the four-wheeler. And the guy driving the four-wheeler, maybe it was by accident, he ends up slamming the cop on the concrete. Cop's trying to get him, grabs him, falls off. Oh, shit. Cop hits the ground. Okay. Now this guy, he's up right there. So the cop hits the ground because he's trying to grab the guy on the four-wheeler. Then the cop hits the ground, bounces off his butt, rolls, But now the cop jumps up because he's got to get the guy on the four-wheeler because he's such a danger to society on that four-wheeler. And when the cop gets up, he's already starting his wheelie to tear off out of there. So he goes to tear off out of there and booyah. Watch the back of the cop's head. Boom. I hope the cop's all right, actually. I hope he's not dead. That looks brutal. Watch his head. His head's up right there, and it's gonna boom. Ooh. I wonder if that copper's okay. Yeah, I mean, shocker here. I'm not an evil, malicious person. I hope the cop's not dead over something so ridiculously stupid and small. I wish the cop hadn't had to be G.I. Joe loser hero and try to take this guy down for riding a four-wheeler. It wasn't that serious of a crime, but he did. Oh. I hope he's okay. I do hope he's okay. That's terrible. Doesn't know how to drive a car. So now for officer safety, he's not going to pursue the suspect. He's going to take care of the cop first. If it was you on the ground, though, he would drive right by you and go after the suspect.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
It says, ooh, my goodness gracious. This to me is like one of the worst. Look at, why is the cop, here's the question I have. Why is the cop jumping on the guy on a four-wheeler? Why have we got this mentality in this country that you have to go down? You gotta take you down. You gotta be stopped. Why? He's driving a four-wheeler. Who gives a flying? Who cares? If he hasn't hurt anybody, leave him alone. He'll drive off and take off out of there. But the copper's got to get him. And so he jumps on him. So look at the cop. I mean, fuck this cop. Why are you jumping on a guy who's driving a four-wheeler? That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Why is the cop jumping on this guy? Look, you can see he's standing on top of the four-wheeler. He's got both of his feet there, and he's pulling on the guy, trying to pull him down off the four-wheeler. So he doesn't give a shit about the guy's well-being. The cop who's trying to jerk him down onto the hard ground, the cop doesn't give a shit about him. He doesn't care about him one bit. Then, when the cop gets thrown off, he's going to jump up and be G.I. Joe loser hero. And who are you saving? Is this guy on the run from beating and raping children? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, unfortunately, I can't, unfortunately, I don't know. I'll go back and listen to this and see what the audio did. If those complaints are actually real, I'll know, because, you know, you can't really trust until you hear it back yourself. You know, you can't really until I see it myself. ACAB says loyal. Anyway, do me a favor, you guys. A few super chats today. 67. Yo, the evidence room. You bought most of those. Thanks for getting all those memberships. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Dan Hanlon said they pulled out their gun and for less and have dump out the entire magazine trying to kill somebody over. Yeah, there's the case of Chille. I'm not sure if you guys, I'm not sure how that looks on my, there it is here. So this is Chille right here. Chille versus California, 1969. This case created what was called the wingspan rule. This case right here, if you go up the board, it says 1969. I should say it right there, but it's covered up. The Chille case made it so that when you got pulled over, if you got arrested, that they could search anywhere that you could reach in your car. It was called the wingspan rule. The Chille case, Chille versus California. And then Chille versus California was upgraded to a more authoritarian state in the 1981 case of New York versus Belton. I could probably do some cases like this, couldn't I? And I could probably just go down the wall like this and just teach these. Of course, there's Pennsylvania versus Mims, which we've been over so many hundreds and hundreds of times. And I think power inherent to the people who came in here and dropped 50 or $100 in super chats. Cameron, I think you want to reread that holding if you're watching. You know, you might want to take a look at that a little bit more. There's so many cases on here that people don't know that we really should teach. This case right here, United States versus Lopez here. And then Horton versus California, California versus, there's so many cases on here. I've been on here for too damn long. I've been on here too long. I could just keep doing this all day. I mean, I absolutely love doing this. I love sitting here and teaching case law and going over each different things. You know, it's so cool. What's going on, Maddie? Dark Matter, what's going on, my friend? KT, OTVO, wow. Not quite 1,000 likes. We got 915 likes. If I don't sit here and ask for likes, then nobody likes the video. Sucks. For the glory of Christ, can you like the video? For the glory of Christ, can you please like the video? That would be absolutely amazing. That would be, can you double tap and like the video? That's crazy. If I don't sit here and say it like 15 times on a live stream, then it's not you guys. It's just people just don't understand the importance of it for the creator, I guess. So that's all there is to it. You know what I mean? But I had a great time, man. I had a good time with you guys today. I'm really super grateful that you guys all came by. I mean, like so many super chats I didn't even see, but I hope that you guys learned something. Chevy, what's up, Playboy? I was listening to one of your songs. I'll tell you what I'll do, Chevy. On the next live stream, I will open my next live stream with that song that I just heard today. I've just got Charlie here at my feet, and he wants to go outside, so I've got to get the flock out of here. Plus, I can't plug my computer in when I do this format. So, a little bit, and I do have the board game done and ready to show you guys. I don't know what my fucking malfunction is with not presenting this game that I took almost a year to create. I don't know why I haven't shown it yet. Sammy Lindstrom, what is going on? Good to see you, Sammy. The evidence room. Thank you so much. I've got to pee, and Charlie's got to pee, or I would sit here and do more. And I mean, there's still 500 people here or something like that. So I would keep doing it, but got the trifold? Yes, you got the trifold. Anybody not get their trifold yet? I have not shipped yet this week, but make sure you guys get a trifold. Get a trifold. I'm going to ship on Friday. I'll ship on Friday of this week for trifolds and cop cards. Make sure you guys get over there and get a trifold. Get a couple. And if you need more, if you buy one and you need like one or two more, just let me know. I'll throw a couple more in there for you. So I just want to, yeah, I got to take a piss. I got to get the flock out of here. You guys, thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. I love you guys. Chevy, I'm so glad you're back, dude. Sammy, for the glory of Christ, Clown Patrol, BS Unleashed, all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Mikey B, Bruce, Greg, all the moderators. You guys, thank you so much. I didn't get to see any of the chat. Jennifer Hill, KT, Danelle Brown. Love you guys. Kevin Bernarski. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Grateful Dabs. Love you, dude. I didn't get to see Dan Fizzle. Dan Fizzle was in here. Claudette, Milena. Who else didn't I see in here? Anybody? What's the Matter You? Love What's the Matter You. Death Angel. Death Angel, I got your text message earlier. I will get back to you. Blue Poo. Okay, so we'll open next show with Chevy Song, and we'll do the intro there. And I love you guys. Thanks for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators. That's it.